When I was first diagnosed with OCD, I was like, "Wait, what?" And I was so fortunate that my therapist was a doctor who specialized in OCD, but not all providers know how to treat OCD. And it can be so debilitating, especially if you're not sure what's going on with you, if you feel like any shame about it, which is very normal. That's why we're so proud to work with No CD.
Yeah, not every therapist understands OCD or is qualified to treat it effectively, which can make it difficult to find the right help. But it doesn't have to be that way. OCD is highly treatable with a specialized type of therapy called ERP or exposure and response prevention. And with NoCD, you can do live virtual ERP therapy with licensed therapists who specialize in OCD. And NoCD therapists are highly trained, so they'll really understand OCD and won't judge you no matter what your thoughts are about.
Plus, no CD therapy is covered by insurance for over 155 million Americans. Even my doctor back then was not covered by insurance. So I really do wish that I had had no CD in my life, but I have since then. It's an awesome app. If you think you or someone you know might be struggling with OCD, please don't wait to get help. Go to nocd.com and book a free call with their team to learn more. That's nocd.com to schedule a free call and learn more. Hello and welcome to And That's Why We Drink, a podcast where M's already sipping the tea.
Oh, beautiful.
Do we say that anymore? Is that old jargon?
I think it's
What's the
that stuff that
tea?
has somehow it has I think it's a timeless phrase now.
I think you're right. And I think some
We're spilling the
ancillary
tea.
I think some ancillary phrases like spill the tea might not be as popular now, but I think like just saying, "Oh, what's the tea?" is like still pretty okay, right? Am I gauging this correctly?
As someone who's also your age, I think so.
You are more chronically online than I am, so I usually ask you or my
Oh,
my brother. Um
very sweet. Thank
And
you.
you both take that as a compliment, which is kind of wild. But anyway, I'm glad about that. So
Nicest thing you
anyway,
could say about me. So
what are
I'm
you
I'm
what are you
in.
drinking?
I'm in
What
the know.
tea?
I'm drinking well, I have a
Spill the
little
tea, babe.
I have my usual tea, my little black tea with some lavender in it. But then I also have an extra surprise. I have a real situation on my hands over here
Whoa, what could that possibly mean?
at the Shake Shack. I got a real craving lately for their strawberry lemonade. It has been
Oh,
unmatched over here. And Shake Shack is I think open till like midnight or 1 in the morning here. And so I got this in the middle of the night. I was like, "Oh god, what I would give. Oh my god." I was like foaming at the mouth for it. And so I got me 3 and I
whoa. Well, you got to hit that like minimum order threshold.
well, yeah, I couldn't justify the purchase of just 1 strawberry
Right.
lemonade.
With like an $18 delivery fee. And it's like,
Yuck. Yeah. But I one of the reasons I got that many though is because I was gonna have one that night, and then I knew I was gonna be here, and then I also want one for the dog park. I'm having a moment with the
you're
strawblem,
sort of
you
like
know?
propping yourself up for the next few days, which I kind of love?
Yeah, always be prepared, Scott's honor. So,
Yeah, I love that.
I've got my tea, I've got my strawblem. I'm very happy over here. What are you drinking?
Got a 90 I got a
99 strawblems.
problem.
I got 99 strawblems and a drink ain't one. I don't know. Why do you
Bitch
drink?
ain't one. What?
And what do you drink?
I I'm still ashamed of myself for not realizing that Big B coffee is a Big B. And today I
I
ordered it and I felt like it was sort of my karmic punishment to order it again. I haven't ordered it since we recorded that one episode with but now today I was like gotta get me some sustenance. I got the spotted owl drink. They have about 75 iced lattes on their menu, and they all are
mm,
like marshmallow teddy bear clouds and stuff like that. And I gotta say, they're pretty darn good.
I have been is friend flirting a word? Where, like, I
Hmm.
have been going to a local coffee place, um, that's near my house for a long time now, and ever since then, uh, I've had, I've known all the people's names there because I'm unfortunately or fortunately a regular, and I have wanted to be friends with this one person for so long,
Is this someone
and
who works there or
someone
a
who works
customer?
there, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
I just thought they
Okay.
were so cool. They had a cool little vibe, and I was like, "Oh my god, I would love to hang out with you outside of like you handing me a drink." Um,
You serving me in a retail environment.
so the 5 seconds I get before you're talking to somebody else,
Listen,
so
don't
then
get me
I'm
wrong.
jealous.
It's great. It's great, but
But so it's finally happening, and
oh my
so
God, whoa.
we're having a little hangout soon. Very
How
excited
did
about
you
that.
ask them to hang out?
I
Asking
literally
for a
said,
friend.
"Do you want to be friends in real life?"
Oh,
But
wow.
enough time had passed that I had a feeling it would be a yes, because
Okay.
we see each other quite often. And then
What,
every time I come in, it's so nice. They go, "Em, oh my God, so glad to see you." And I was, part of me was like,
aw.
"Is that a lie? Is that what you say to all
You
your
should I
customers?"
was gonna say you should hide out and see if that's what they say to all their customers, but it sounds like you've already had this intrusive thought, so
We've also, like, we go to the same pharmacy, so we've bumped into each other there. So like it's been very small town. So we've ran into each other a few times accidentally, and now we're gonna run into each other on purpose. I'm very excited.
Oh, fantastic. What is your date?
I
Your
think it's
friend
just gonna
date?
be a little dinner moment.
Aw.
But
Okay.
sorry, I feel like I took over your story there by accident about how
What was my story? I don't
well
even think I had a story.
that you went to your place and there was a whole bunch of different tea lattes, and that what happened in my brain when that happened was I remembered my coffee place that has all the tea latte
Oh, I mean,
options,
you just
and then
grabbed
it
my hand and I went with you. I don't know where I
okay.
was going. You know, I didn't know where I was going anywhere. I said something about honey bear marshmallow clouds, and I
You
think that
did.
was where we stopped.
Usually that would be the thing that
It is a
propels
start,
further
a
conversation though.
launching pad. Yeah, but like honestly, they're just delicious, and that's kind of all I've got to add to the conversation. So I'd much rather hear about your adventures in friend dating, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm also going to dinner tonight with an Uber driver. So
Wow, I've never been to Uva Job. I'm sorry. I was on TikTok this morning, which is like a once a week occurrence, and I guess I just got in a loop of like liking the Vine compilations, and it's just been really it's been draining my feet. It's been really taking up a lot of my
so
karmic energy,
you are
cosmic energy.
a bit chronically online yourself.
I have been lately,
Hmm.
and it's new for me. It's not new for me, but used to be Neopets. Now it's like actually like current events, pop
Hmm.
culture. I mean, things are crazy. Right before we recorded, there was like I was scrolling and there was like a live there was a press conference. NBC News was streaming a press conference for the Savannah Guthrie's mom. Like, did you see this?
Mm-mm.
She was kidnapped. Savannah Guthrie from the
What?
Today Show, her 84-year-old mother was kidnapped
Oh
from
my
her
god.
house.
Oh my god. No,
And
I
they
didn't
found
know this at all.
it's crazy. I just like learned about it. I think it was only a couple of days ago, but they had a press conference and I like popped in to see if they had any news and they didn't really say much except that they think she's still out there. There's potential rumor that the brother-in-law is
Oh
involved.
my god.
There was a guy who was walking out of the house with and he was wearing a internet crimes against children like badge or logo and
Okay.
carrying like a case of something out of the house, and so like people are saying whose is that, like what was on there, is it a laptop? um but it's just
Interesting.
crazy, and they found blood on the porch and it's hers. They did DNA tests and it's the mom's
Oh
blood.
no. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's so
and apparently
oh.
she's on a lot of meds and that she doesn't have. It's just like really bizarre. Like the world, like the top comment and one of the posts I saw had like 4,000 likes, and it was just like, does anybody else feel like we're just in the craziest simulation? We're just like throwing shit at the wall. Like every
Yeah.
time I open my phone, I'm like, oh, good. Trump confused Greenland and Iceland. I mean, that was weeks ago now, but like just every like little thing, I'm like, this feels fake. This feels like I'm in a coma, making up like stringing things together that don't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I've also yeah, I'm just gonna end. Yes, I. It feels
Yes.
like before I spiral, it's been crazy. Although I've been very impressed. Last time I was I went to the dog park and I was talking to my mom, and she was saying so many correct things. It was shocking. Not that she's constantly saying incorrect things, but I didn't know how well read she has recently become.
Oh, good.
And I was like, yeah, yeah, who's talking to you? That's not me. What's going on?
And
Where'd
she's
you?
like 6'7".
That's right.
What's the tea? Spill the tea.
Which the way that she was in the world of uh politics, I feel like usually I'm the one trying to kind of hold her hand through it. And she was just saying everything. I was like, "You got another kid? Who's fucking
I was
talking
gonna
to you?"
say she's found a new M.
Did you say this
What
to
is wrong with
everybody?
us? The immediate thought. Do you talk to all your customers this way? Like, what, are we sick? Like, what's going on?
But I was very proud of her. I was like, "Oh, I didn't know we had she's been promoted." I guess.
Wow, she's leveled up, you could
I don't
say.
know what person is behind her algorithm, but keep it going.
Okay,
So
but does it also even out because you did just tell me before we hit record that she learned about the Kardashians?
I think she just finally went on the internet. I think that's what's going on here.
Oh, okay. Is that all it took? And was like, yeah, she's like, hey, Kim Kardashian is kind of cool. And I was like, where have you been?
She for like 10 minutes like the other
Fascinating.
day, she was like, "This Kim Kardashian, she's
Her
something
algo must
else."
be crazy.
I think she just finally logged on. I don't know. Anyway, why do you drink? Do you
Because of this shit. I'm just,
Okay.
every time I go on the internet, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then they're like, don't worry, the Star Regulus is going to align with the Sphinx, and then we're all going to see an alien. And it's like on
Please
NBC News.
God.
And I'm like, what? Like, why are we reporting this? I mean, listen, I don't not believe it, but also like everyone's just acting like this is totally normal. Everything's just falling apart. And, I saw something very comforting because I've always felt kind of like a freak because when these really big world events happen, I get almost excited, and it's not like excited like I'm happy obviously that bad things are happening, but there's just something in the air of like change, and like
Mhm.
one of the comments I saw that was so evocative and effective in like explaining my thinking was somebody on Reddit said, why does it feel like evil is winning? And you'll understand this metaphor. Somebody said, when you exterminate cockroaches from your home and you set off the thing and they all come scurrying out,
Yeah.
and it looks worse than it was, but it's actually just like clearing.
Well, what
So I
it's like,
feel,
you're finally seeing what it's always
yeah,
been.
you're like smoking out the like
Mhm.
fucking demons, and they're all coming out. They're all on black. It's all of them. It's all of them. It's all the powerful people. Fucking trash. I mean, they're just
It
going about their day. It's just crazy. So I hope that at least like, and then somebody said, "Oh, sunlight or being revealed to like on a mass scale is the most disinfecting thing. Like putting this out in the open
Mm,
is what's gonna like finally cleanse us out, clear this out. We're all gonna hopefully,
I know.
hopefully
These days hope
step
feels
the
like a
fuck up.
foreign concept, but
No, no, no. That's why you got to keep the hope. The trolls want you to lose your hope. That's how they're gonna win this. So you got to we got buckle in. We always knew this was happening. We always knew these people were evil. Now it's just on display.
Mhm.
Now we just got to do something about it.
Uh, yes. I it I'm agreeing with you. I'm just trying to figure out which of the 20 things I would like to say, but I think I mean, I'm not gonna say anything that nobody else isn't feeling at this point. I think you're correct to publicly be trying to encourage hope instead of what I'd be
Oh,
encouraging, which is just one big scream. So
no, because
you're probably right.
that just wallows, and there's place for wallow, but like we just got to use that anger, I have my little print here, stay open to the wisdom of anger, We're all fucking pissed off.
Oh,
We're over it. Right? We're done.
I guess we're.
These people are pedophiles. Like how much more do you need to be like, I don't know about this,
I know, I know.
Anyway.
It's
So
it's just shocking every day I wake up and I'm like, oh, I just how are we finding ways to turn the narrative or not even show that it's crazy that nothing has happened? That's the thing that I'm
I
most.
mean the fact that in those comments about
No perp walk. Like I saw this is the only silliness I can find in here, but someone posted something saying like, "Where the fuck is Olivia Benson right now?" It's
I
like
mean literally. Okay, so then but
Mariska
see
Hargitay has the opportunity to do the funniest thing right now. I'm just saying.
Mariska could really
Go to the White House, Mariska. Just bring some handcuffs,
show
and
your badge at the front lawn.
even if it's just for the press, the photo op, people would go nuts for the
Ugh.
photo op. She's
NBC is
here.
missing the fuck out. Well, they're covering the fucking Today Show's host mom disappearing. By the way, the fact that one of the comments on there was like, I think they're just distracting from like the Epstein files. And I'm like, so now they're just like, people are saying, oh, they're just kidnapping people to like just, and I'm like, this is really insane. Like the world right now feels absolutely diabolically insane. Um, but I will also add that I just saw, where did it go? They're offering a $50,000 reward now for Savannah Guthrie's mother.
Oh my god, I can't imagine being Savannah Guthrie today.
It's a wild thing. So
It's
it's just weird.
Yep, I
Yep.
know.
So Want to talk about ghosts?
Sure. Yeah, I guess I don't have a reason why I drink either. I guess
Oh, right. I guess I should ask you too.
no. Uh, I bought a bag that looks like Fruity Pebbles.
Wait, okay, like a box of fruit? You gotta explain. The bag looks like a Fruity Pebble, a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, a box?
I see what you're saying. I'm trying to find
I
where can I
must
find levity in this fucking hellscape? Hang on.
I must know.
It looks like a box of Fruity Pebbles.
Oh, wait, I can't see.
Hang on. Well, I haven't.
Oh.
I'm
Sorry, I thought it was because my
Please
window
let me
was
bestow something upon you. Are you fucking kidding
okay,
me?
display.
Okay. Bag.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
And then on the inside, it looks like Fruity Pebbles.
See, I knew there was something more to this. This is amazing.
Take a bite. Take a big bite.
It actually looks
have a little escape.
So, who made that? Did somebody make that?
No.
Where did you buy that?
I couldn't tell you a single fucking thing. I bought it on the street. So.
Whoa. You bought it on the street?
I don't know. I was having a mental breakdown. I was like, that looks great. I'll take it. So.
That looks great. I'll take it.
Sometimes you just gotta do a little street shopping, you know?
I've always said that.
And I can't even stop saying it. So, there you go. I was trying to find some levity. I hope everyone finds a little joy. I appreciate, Christine, that you are very pro hope, and I hope to be hopeful, but I am having a bit of a down day just because it's also overwhelming. But maybe tomorrow I'll be hopeful.
Don't get me wrong. My nervous system is in complete overloaded despair. But I'm working on it. We gotta heal ourselves and heal the world.
Oh, we are the world. We should start singing like everyone did during COVID.
Oh my God, remember? It's so cringe.
Imagine all the people.
And they're just like their shitty webcams, and it's like,
hello.
This is so embarrassing. And then it was like a week into COVID. And then like a year later, it was like, oh dear, we didn't know anything
I just really need them to come back and sing because maybe this time it'll work, I
think they shot their shot too soon.
They were accidentally, you know how they say like the Hollywood elites have some sort of like ritual thing. I think they opened a portal with that fucking song. And
oh fuck!
They need to close it. Come back and
close
do it again.
The portal. Throw in all the cockroaches, then close the portal.
Yeah. Oy, well, as for ghosts for you, I always say a short one. I truly, the notes wise, it is incredibly short.
The more you say that, the more I settle into be entertained for the rest of the afternoon.
Mode, yeah.
Oh, I am wearing my grumpy troll shirt.
I just I don't know if
it's so cozy.
I did tell you this. I was a while back. I finished my sticker book.
Oh yes, and you got you have the sticker from there.
I have shockingly a lot of stickers. We did a lot in that one little
town had a lot going on. Where was this?
We went to that cave. It was in Wisconsin.
Yeah. The troll capital of the world.
Remember when you tried to like be a homie and like let me stop at a cave on the way? And then the cave was closed or something, or that we didn't have
it was like, a 2 hour, it takes about an hour and 30 minutes to get through from one end to the other. And we were all like, but then we went to the gift shop.
And I bought stickers, and I was like, if anyone asks, that was the best cave of my life.
We bought so much shit in the gift shop, and that we were like, had not even been in the cave. Yeah, that was one of my favorite things.
I was just looking at my sticker book. Now that I have them all in a spot, I've actually looked at them so much, I think I'm going to throw up.
So, that's so inspiring because I'm always like so overwhelmed by my stickers, and I think if I put them in a book, like maybe that'll help. But then I wonder, would I even do anything? But I feel like you're right. That would be kind of more an invitation to take a look at them every now and then.
I will say also, I think what helps me is the proximity. The fact that I live in this space where like I can see the bookshelf at all times and it's just sitting on my bookshelf. I think if you had your sticker book like in a certain room, maybe you wouldn't always look at it. But I'm literally always at that stupid bookshelf. So every now and then when I'm like putzing around, I pull it out and I'm like,
you can just do a little flip.
Just a little flip, like, let's see which one I would get today. But it's weird because I spent years collecting all of these stickers to a point where I didn't even know what stickers I owned.
I was going to ask if there are any that you're like unsure about where they're from or anything like that. Or did you only keep the ones that meant that you remembered?
I think I remembered all of them. I did a pretty good job of like I have 2 sticker books. I have one of like ones I just collect on my own, and then I have one that was specifically Tor.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Which for maybe Yappy Hour, we can go through the Tor sticker book or something.
That's actually a really fun idea because mine are probably scattered throughout the lands.
I would like to take it as an opportunity to encourage you to do a sticker book because I did not expect to have so much fun doing a sticker book.
I mean, it sounds really
I'm telling you, your
fulfilling.
life will be changed. I know I was like, oh, I'll do this for like a day. And I ended up becoming a crazy person. And like, I had just had like Mariska playing for like 8 hours. And I was just like finding
With your stickers.
And all of a sudden, I'm like one of those people where like, my sticker book's really important to me.
My
But it was
sticker
so
book.
fun to put together.
Listen, we are all in need of some analog activities. I mean, Mariska aside, of course, that's necessary as well. But like, it's nice to have something to do sometimes with your hands. I was just coloring with a Leona, and I was like, I don't really like coloring usually, but we just got a pack of crayons, and they were like neon and glow in the dark, which you'd appreciate. And then we'd take them to her room and then like do an art show, and they were all glow in the dark. It was fun. But so at first I was like, I don't feel like coloring. I was so in the zone coloring Peppa Pig that I was like, is this what I'm missing? Like, just more like, we sat there for like an hour, and this child does not do silence very well on, sounds like someone else we know. We sat there and just colored for like 45 minutes, and I was like, this is crazy. I haven't really had like such a talk about nervous system, like calming activity for a long time.
Locked the fuck in. Yeah.
So I feel like a sticker book thing is similar, where you're just like kind of doing something mechanical and like creative. Yeah, I love that.
It was also fun because you only have so many pages in the sticker book, and you try to like
you have
to collage them the right way. Ugh.
Oh, and it's so satisfying when they like perfectly like kind of fit. Oh gosh.
It was wonderful. I'm telling you, and I literally, for a bag of stickers I had for like 5 years. How long did we tour? 5 years?
It feels like 50, but I don't
know. It was like, I look at them so much more than I ever looked at that stupid fucking bag of stickers. I never.
Right, if they're in a bag, right? Well, you're not gonna like just like dump them out. Yeah.
No, it was a dream. Okay, sorry everybody. Everyone's like, Jesus, the ghosts. Okay.
Okay, now that we're on video, I'm able to finally show off my Nutrafol results. Okay, I've had a lot of, I know, this is really breaking news. I've had a lot of shedding over the years and a lot of different hormonal issues that have led to hair thinning. And I've been taking Nutrafol for years. I will say I did not wash my hair today or yesterday, so it's not really looking as voluminous as I would have liked to show it off. But, if you catch me somewhere and take a look at these strands, it's all Nutrafol, baby.
Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand, and it's the #1 hair growth supplement brand personally used by dermatologists. You can let your hair be one less thing to worry about. See visibly thicker, stronger, faster growing hair in 3 to 6 months with Nutrafol.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Nutrafol offers multiple formulas for men and women tailored to different life stages like postpartum, menopause, lifestyle factors such as a plant-based diet, so you get support that's actually right for you. You can order online, super easy.
For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you visit Nutrafol.com and enter promo code DRINK.
That's Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code DRINK. Oh, wait, you want to hear something again? I know I do this every week.
Oh, love it. It's so much better than when my mom does it.
Thank God, because that's like not the highest of bars when you're talking about, enjoying somebody snapping their own underpants. But guess what? We've got Skims in the house. They're on my butt. They're extremely stretchy and extremely comfortable.
Everyone is excited. Christine's excited. My mom's excited. Everyone's wearing Skims. I've yet to meet a person who's tried them on and gone, this does not look good.
Our whole team was kind of like, ooh, eyes emoji. Can we get in on that? They're just so comfortable. They're lightweight. They're so easy to pack because they're just like little, really light, stretchy. I have the cotton ruched back hipster that are really cute, and the cotton jersey full brief. That's probably my favorite. It's the most coverage and really cozy. Shop my and Linda's favorite bras and underwear at skims.com.
And after you place your order, be sure to let them know that we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select our show in the drop-down menu that follows. This is the Berini Haunting. Berini Haunting.
Do you want to say it again, or do you want?
This is the Berini Haunting.
Berini? It sounds like a pasta.
Berini.
Berini.
Yes. It was a name used to protect the privacy of the family. So they went with Berini.
It's a Barilla family.
And they also changed the location.
What? How do you do that? I could do that. I'm going to change my name and location. Now I'm going to tell you the story of my life. What?
I feel like...
Why am I mad? Why am I angry at these people?
Do you do this with all your locations?
You heard about this guy, Kanye West? He's married to Kim Kardashian.
And he's incredible. Don't look further than after like 2008. Don't look
Did you
further.
see that he posted in the New York or in the Wall Street Journal, like a full page ad saying
You know
he's
what?
sorry for all his anti-Semitic behavior? It's like really insane.
I would like to instead rephrase that to, can you believe what the Wall Street Journal allowed someone to put in
Okay,
the Wall
fair
Street
point.
Journal?
But then my brother was like, if he's releasing an album, and then it turns out he is releasing an album. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all just like,
I don't believe that
nothing's
man
real anymore.
is-
Nothing's real.
He will never be sorry because I don't think he's aware of what he's sorry of. He just
I
like
think things are
it's
just
not there.
too far gone. Yeah.
So basically the Psychical Research Foundation, which nowadays is called the American Institute of Parapsychology, they were involved in this case at the very, very, very end, and in their report changed the location and the name just so the family could have some closure and
Oh,
be
okay.
away from the situation.
That's fair enough then. I see. Someone else is telling the story.
So all we know is that it was in New England. So I guess it didn't change the location. They're just being like so vague about it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Berini family in New England, right? And the main character is Joe and Rose Berini, and then they also had Rose's kids from a previous marriage, John and Daisy, who you do not hear much about. But Joe and Rose. So in 1979, Joe moved the family into his dad's childhood home. And fun fact, many family members had died in this house.
Oh, good.
I'm going to start off by saying I would love a whole report on how Joe is connected to his own family, because he's moving into his dad's childhood home. The way that all of the sources I looked at they made it sound like Joe has like never spoken to his father before this and like never lived in this house, but now he's moving into his dad's childhood home. And I don't know if there's like they were estranged and now he's just inherited this. I don't.
Because it feels like a movie plot point. Like, oh, I've
Yeah.
never been to this haunted Airbnb in the countryside that my great aunt left me, you know?
Exactly. Yes. Because at first I was like, it also could just be like Joe's dad is every other dad who just doesn't really stereotypically give you any information about much of his childhood.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in a lot of this story, Joe is just calling around being like, does anyone know about this random family member? I've never heard about them.
Oh, yeah, they died in your house.
Yeah. And that feels like
course.
something I would have with all three of my fathers that I've had. I feel like
Right.
all of them would vaguely, cryptically be like,
100%.
oh yeah, I'm actually a bird in the middle of the night. Like something crazy. They'd say something crazy.
And also my mother would do the same thing, and then I'd be gaslit into oblivion and be like, oh.
Yeah. I
okay.
could see I could see Tom being like, yeah, I'm one of 25. What, you didn't know that? And I'm like,
know.
what do you mean?
And you know what they say next? Well, you never asked. What the fuck kind of dumbass comment is that?
I found
And
out
by the way, we did ask. That's the other thing. We always ask.
I found out yesterday on my own accord that Tom has step siblings. I didn't fucking know that.
What? And you didn't know this.
Never known that.
What did you talk to him about it? Was he like, duh?
I have not spoken to him yet, but now we have a conversation to have.
Does he know about his step siblings?
Now that would be very silly but no, he has to know.
Can you imagine our listeners know before he does?
They do. I know that'd be crazy. Yeah.
I was like, they do?
They know that I'm going to talk to him about it though, but at least now we've got ourselves a little a topic starter. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I feel like that's what's going on here. It could range from being everyone's normal dad who just doesn't talk about his childhood, or him and his father have never met. I don't know.
It's just a little bit mysterious.
Yes. So he moves into this. He moves this into this house, and immediately there's spooky stuff going on. And Rose seems to be the person that is getting the most activity in the house. So pretty immediately, Rose starts hearing a little girl's voice.
Oh God.
Yuck. And the very first time that she hears this voice, it says, "Mama, Mama." Ew. And that's not my baby.
That's not my baby.
That's not my baby. And you hope it's a situation like a time glitch and that you're actually witnessing your own. That's like
what I tell myself. Remember, I heard that daddy
Yeah.
in that middle room, and to this day, I'm like, please be Leona.
Have you heard it yet? Because I'm waiting for the day you let us know that
No,
it's
and
you've gone full circle.
that I am appreciative that you're reminding me of this because I have been working on that room to turn it into like a playroom kind of extra space guest room type area. And I feel like once that's kind of cleared out, we'll spend more time in there. So I wonder if that'll happen.
You know what I really hope, really honestly, truly, is that the day it happens, because I don't imagine a world where this doesn't happen,
Yeah.
that you hear the daddy and I need you to be standing
I
near,
remember exactly where I was sitting.
I need you to be there because I would like it to be a full circle where now you see past you experiencing it. And then
Well,
we
you
can,
know, Gia was also next to me, and I feel like I would see a double. And I remember him hearing it, like he heard it in the moment. So we both heard it. So I wonder if he'll be there too. You know, like a little replay.
I'm telling you, it would really put my mind at ease that glitches in the Matrix do exist. That you're
Yeah.
because you don't remember seeing yourself in that, so you wouldn't notice you seeing yourself in the future.
Right. True. Yeah. Whoa.
Right. Whoa. Okay.
Whoa. I'd be sitting on my own lap all of a sudden.
You just go, "Hi, this is
Who's
real.
sitting
Don't
on
forget
me?
this."
Yeah. Remember this?
Yeah. You'll hate it. So, okay, says Mama. You gotta hope that it's in the future. Unfortunately, the voice keeps saying Mama and eventually says, "Mama, this is Serena."
Bye. Okay. Bye.
And nobody knew of Serena. They were
Bye.
like, "What
Bad.
the fuck is that?"
And that's such a specific name. It's not like I'm Sally, you know, like
Right.
for some reason that creeps me out more because it's such a kind of unique name.
Yeah, it's not like, "Oh, my name is Mary."
Billy Bob. Yeah.
Yeah. So nobody knew of Serena, but they'd soon learn because she kept hearing the voice, and they picked up very quickly that when Serena was around, all of a sudden imminent doom would follow.
Imminent doom. Jesus. Okay.
And we don't know if Serena is warning them or is causing it, but I think the vibe people were experiencing was that she was trying to warn them.
Ooh, it's like Mothman.
Especially by saying like mama and being this little girl, it's almost like she's trying to help you or she wants to
She's like, pay attention.
pay attention to me. Yeah.
Ugh.
The very first time that she heard Serena's voice, that same weekend, one of the kids had to go get their tonsils taken out, and there was complications during the surgery.
Oh no.
And the daughter, Rose's daughter, almost died from heart failure.
Holy shit, dude.
Which, like, you think something as like commonplace as getting your tonsils out.
Routine.
It's like, oh, you can't die from that.
What year was this?
79.
I wonder. Also anesthesia, perhaps, like a bad reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but Jesus, that's terrifying.
Well, the next time Rose heard Serena's voice was months later, and that night, Joe's grandmother had a stroke.
Oh shit, dude.
The time after that, Rose heard Serena's voice, and Joe's grandmother, I think the same one that had a stroke, then passed away.
Okay, it's sort of like, thanks for warning me, but it's like, what am I supposed to do about it?
Yeah, it's almost like, do I even want you to come? Like, and now
Right, I'd rather just kind of not have the dread of like,
now I gotta
know
cancel
somebody's gonna
plans
die.
and say goodbye to everybody I know. I've got to call everybody.
I've got to say sorry for something that I did to everybody in case they die and haunt me.
Yeah, every time I hear Serena's voice, I'd go, what do I have to atone for really quick?
Yeah, what did I do this time?
So up until that point, only Rose had heard Serena's voice. But the next time Serena came through, it was late at night, and Joe heard Serena's voice. And he had been sleeping, but her voice woke him up in the middle of the night, and he turned over and saw Rose seemingly struggling next to him.
Oh, no.
Like she couldn't breathe.
No.
And so he woke her up really quickly and was like, what's going on? Are you okay? She was having a nightmare about someone trying to strangle her.
Okay.
And now
like
it
sleep
feels
paralysis
like
style.
Yeah, either sleep paralysis. I would wonder, like, does this mean that the ghost can also tap into your dreams? Because
I always think sleep paralysis is on the verge of some sort of, like, I know it's like scientifically proven, whatever, but I still do think there's an element of like something dark can take
I agree.
over or enter your space in that like state of hypnagogic state or whatever you call it.
I love when you say hypnagogic. Let's start there.
I love when I say it too.
I also really wish you liked horror movies just to be able to watch Insidious because it's so on the nose of everything.
I did watch
we
it
think.
with you. Oh, didn't I? Oh, no, that was Sinister.
You didn't watch that either, babe.
I watched you watch it.
Yeah, you watched your
I watched
eyelids.
my eyelids. You guys, I took a Klonopin to watch that movie and fell asleep. Oh, and like 2 melatonin.
She took it on purpose. Oh, and 2 melatonin, right.
And then it was like 6 o'clock at night, and you and my brother's like, you left me alone to watch this movie with M. I fell asleep right between you. It was great. I had a good time. I mean, I'm trying to get more into horror movies. What is the one you said?
Insidious.
That feels like it's not for me.
Does it feel insidious?
It feels a little more insidious than I'd like to admit. Yeah.
But the story is wonderful. Not in a like, oh, lovely. It's like it's what we're always talking about.
Really? Okay.
It's like a little kid who like can't wake up.
Oh, well, that does sound lovely. Thanks.
But like, because like ghosts. Like he was like, it's like he left his astral body. He's trying to come back.
My worst fear ever. Great.
Anyway, it's a good time, and it's part of the whole like
Oh, because it gets taken over. I remember hearing about this.
The CCU, the Conjuring Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, she wakes up, and I don't know why Serena had to warn Joe to wake her up. Unless something actually violent was happening in her sleep, which adds to my theory that something was
that it's something more than just sleep paralysis.
Well, at this point, Joe is like, who the fuck is Serena? I'm over this. Yeah. So he goes asking around his family, does anyone know Serena? Anyone know Serena? And they went, bitch, Serena died in this house when she was 5 years old. I hope they said it just like that.
Bitch.
I hope they went up to Joe and they went, girl, figure it out.
Come on, spill the tea. I'm spilling the tea right now.
So Serena was apparently his dad's sister. He didn't know his dad had a sister.
This is what they do, these people. They just don't tell you a damn thing, and then you have to live with the consequences.
It feels so much like anything any of my dads would say, like, oh yeah, I had a sister. She died at 5. Anyway,
it's like generational trauma that they just are like, well, we'll just ignore that, you know?
So Serena is real, apparently.
God.
And it does make you wonder why she was calling them mama, but maybe she's also kind of stuck in a blueprint situation, or maybe she...
Yeah, and if she's 5...
Or she might not know that she is a ghost, and she just saw a grown woman in the house, and I don't know.
Is confused? Yeah, who knows?
Maybe Rose looks like what Joe's grandma used to look like. I don't know. So eventually, and that would make sense too why Serena was trying to warn them about like Joe's grandmother dying, because that was her mom. Being like, my mom's about to die.
Oh shit.
Which in some ways is very precious, that like even if you like lose a child, they're still with you and like trying to warn people. It's
well, maybe when she's saying mama, she's trying to talk to her mom who's still alive. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean, there's not. I guess
Mama, it's Serena. Oh, she was trying to talk to her.
That's
mom.
Horrible.
Wow, it just got really so much sadder than it was.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Christy.
Wow, now I feel like shit.
So,
hey, remember what I said about hope earlier? How did I do that again? Can you remind me?
No, I was barely holding on as you were back in the day.
You were like, give it an hour, and Christine will be completely turning this around.
Well, eventually Serena seems to leave, and they don't hear her voice ever again. It's almost like once they discovered who she was, maybe.
Wait, maybe when her mom passed. Maybe she was attached to her mom.
Oh, yeah, and she was like, I have no reason to be here anymore. God damn it, Christine.
Listen, I have a 4-year-old. I think about dark, sad, intrusive thoughts and try to not let them take over my mind. So, I'm primed for this.
I have been singing a lot of songs to Hank, and they pretty much all end with like, and in about a decade, I'll be absolutely devastated.
Yeah. How will I cope?
So eventually, Serena seems to leave. Nobody hears her voice anymore, and the hauntings seem over, and for like a year and a half. I don't know. One source said 6 months, and I was like, that's not the same thing. But
no,
a lot of time passes, and eventually it's 1981, which is about 18 months later. And after thinking kind of like their creepy days were behind them, one night Rose sees a little boy.
Oh my God.
She had to be like, this again? Oh my
God.
He is in all white.
Oy.
And straight out of a horror movie. He just walks through the hallway. Just like you don't see him. Then he's walking through the hallway. Then he like walks past the door where you can't see him anymore.
What the fuck?
Apparently he was translucent in a way where Rose said he looked like a glass milk bottle.
Whoa.
And he just apparently it's worse because not only did he just walk through and now you're like, what happened? What was that? And by the time you processed it, it's gone. Homeboy was walking through the hall multiple times for 2 hours.
What?
Just
like why?
Like at some point I'd be like, is that a real fucking kid? Is he lost in my house? Like, I'd be like, what? Who is
Is this a
this?
weird optical illusion or a prank? Like, what's going on?
And I'd be like, I'm seeing this, right? At some point, I'd just get a chair and some popcorn and be like, what the fuck is happening here? I'd get a camera. Let's start there. I'd get a
Nowadays,
fucking
yeah.
camera.
But I would also wonder, like, it's so weird. It's.
At
I
some
feel like
point,
I
after
would be
2
like,
hours,
why now? What's happened? I would be scared. I'd be like, who's gonna die this time? Like,
great
who's
point.
like, what are you doing here for 2 hours? Like, and it's your first time here? I don't know. Something feels like it's shifting.
I saw one of the articles I read was like it was almost like when Serena left, she left an available space for
A
someone new.
vacancy.
Yeah.
Ah, insidious.
And so it's I just can't imagine after 2 hours I think I'd get kind of bold and I'd be like, "Are you
I thought you were gonna say
okay?"
bored. I was like, me too. I'm glad you said it. I'd be bored too. Okay, never mind. Just bored.
After enough times I would be kind of brave enough to go, "Are you here?" Like I don't know what I would ask, but then I
I would
fear
go like
he would
this.
recognize me or
You know, see if he like looks over, like, oh,
just
I
like
didn't
cough
see you
a
there.
little too loud. Yeah. So anyway, he apparently is just pacing the hallway. He leaves, he walks to the hallway, he leaves.
So
And
weird.
somehow Rose is describing this as a peaceful experience. She said that this is fine. She's like, "Oh, this
Oh.
is actually kind of peaceful."
It's probably better than getting choked in your sleep. So
Sure. Although part of me is in like, is this who was choking me in my sleep?
okay, fair point. Yeah.
Um.
Ah.
So 2 weeks later, Rose has told Joe about this. I hope, but Joe then is like, "Okay, well, hopefully that doesn't happen anymore." Famous last words. Because then that night,
Yeah, don't worry, it's all over.
Joe sees the little boy too.
Ah ha 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 ha.
And he sees the little boy literally going from room to room and in the hallway stopping to like kneel down on the floor as if he's
Oh.
like searching for something.
Oh, ew.
His body.
Brrr.
I think it would be so weird. Like, it's one thing to see a ghost go into a room. Already, I'm talking about it for the rest of my life. But to see a ghost go into a room and then come out unsatisfied and go into the next one, I'd be like, "Whoa, don't come into mine."
I'd be like, okay, that's actually enough of that, you know.
Also, at some
You've
point,
done your tricks. Now stop it.
does that mean I'm watching you from a room that he has yet to go into? Is he about
Right,
to
is he
come in
just
here?
approaching? Oh no.
Oy, oy, oy. And the kneeling down, and he was like apparently like touching or like petting the floor, trying to find something.
Oof.
Rose also saw him again, and this time the boy talked to her. The second time that they ran into each other in the hall, I guess.
He's like, excuse me, sorry. Oh, one to the left. Oh,
Scoot right past you.
oh, oops.
And the boy goes up to her. By the way, having not said anything yet, first fucking words out of his mouth. "Where do all the lonely people go? Where do I belong?"
What? Eleanor Rigby? Is that a lyric from Eleanor Rigby? It literally sounds like it.
I look at all the lonely people.
Okay, maybe that's right. Because I was at first like, wow, that's
You really
strange.
For a second, I went, "Oh my god, am I being scammed? Is this just did the Beatles write a ghost story?"
This is just like some weird pop culture fan fiction about the Beatles. Wow, but okay, so the Eleanor Rigby of it all aside, that's really fucked up and dark. Okay, a lonely little boy.
Yeah, and where do I belong? Like, so he's lost, and then part of me's like, "Why are you looking at the floor for help there?" But, and this might be an answer as to what he was doing on the floor. Joe remembered that he was looking around, and now that this boy has shown up multiple times in the house, he's like, "What was he looking for? I'm going to go over to that spot on the floor and
correct
kind of
answer.
mess
Correct
around."
answer.
He pulls up the rug,
Carpet,
which the little boy seemed like he could not do on his own.
Picture this 80s rug, shag,
Tufted,
carpeting.
yeah,
Beautiful.
and he finds like a medallion of the Virgin Mary.
Spooky.
Which makes me think if he was looking for something religious and he's like, "Where do I belong?" Maybe he thought, "I need to
Well,
get
and he
this
was
thing."
Kneeling. That's what when you first said he was kneeling in the hallway, I'm like, to pray. I mean, I guess not, but like it sounds very
And he was in all white.
ritualistic. Yeah, the white thing. Yeah.
So Joe goes back to the family. I imagine in 2026 it would be a group chat being like, "Can you guys just give me a rundown of every person that I don't know about yet because I'm so tired of this."
I'm
First it
actually
was
sorry. Can you
Serena.
just do a voice memo so I can just have it all in
Just
one
send me
file?
the ancestry link. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. The link.
Um, but so he asked the family what about this little boy? Like, who else died here? Finds out, oh yeah, you know how your brother or how your dad had a sister named Serena? He also had a brother who also died as a kid.
And not, like, no, I didn't know about any of that. Thanks, though.
Which is like, I have to hope that him and his father were just like estranged because otherwise, what the fuck did you ever talk about with your dad?
I mean, as
But
someone who has a dad with siblings that I literally don't know anything about, it's sort of like it never comes up
it's shocking the
unless
things.
you ask. It's weird.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Well, you don't ask," and I'm like, "I don't even know that I'm supposed to ask. Should I just start from the bottom and say, do you have any dead siblings? Like, what am I supposed to say here?"
I mean, I guess maybe that's the key.
I can't stand that. Well, you didn't ask. It's like, well, I
That's
didn't
infuriating to
didn't
me.
know. So Joe finds out that he has an uncle Giorgio
Whoa.
who died in the house at 8 years old, buried in his first communion suit.
I knew it. I was like, that's a baptismal or first communion. Holy shit. And
so
then he got that medallion for his first communion, no doubt. Holy shit.
And of course, now he's wondering, where do I belong? And he's like,
Oh, honey.
he's probably trying to get to heaven.
Oh, boy.
So anyway, after figuring out who he was, the couple started seeing Giorgio all the time,
Oh, dear.
like multiple times a week.
Oh, dear.
It was almost like they spoke him into existence officially, or like once Giorgio knew that they knew who he was, he felt safer to come around. They apparently would literally talk to him. He would answer random questions for them. He would talk about family members Joe didn't even know, or he would talk about events that Joe didn't remember. He would even, Giorgio, I guess, had a twin that did survive. And he would talk about his twin, like what his twin was up to.
Jeez. What the fuck?
And whenever, I will say, this is a weird note, but whenever they would see him, it seemed to them that Giorgio always seemed incredibly fucking stressed. By the way, I would too if I was an 8-year-old who can't get into heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that sounds like one of those weird dreams you have as a kid where you're like stuck, or even nowadays, like where you're stuck somewhere and you're like, I can't get out. Like that, it feels like a nightmare replaying over and over. Of course you're stressed.
I'd be stressed the fuck out. I'd be like, where is everybody? Here's my random 40-year-old nephew. And
can you imagine you don't even get to wear your khakis? You have to wear your fucking communion thing.
I also, probably one of the biggest, I'm sure there's a lot of ways that this story so far has proven to like just be like a wives' tale and isn't true or something like that. But the most unbelievable part to me is that people who were alive who knew Giorgio aren't immediately running to the door to finally see their like long lost dead relative.
Right. It makes you wonder if they, yeah,
If I
that's
knew,
weird.
like, if there are family members of mine who have died, and if I found out that they have resurrected and are someone I can speak to them again, I would be at the house that day.
But I'll be honest, I know people who like if their dead sibling resurrected at like an 8-year-old ghost and they were like living across the country, they would want nothing to do with that.
That's a good point. Or
like
maybe,
I definitely know people, especially the kind who don't talk about their siblings, who probably would not go see their ghost because they don't even want to think about it.
Or like, I mean, Serena and Giorgio sound like maybe they're not from the country, so maybe it's hard to get here or something. Like maybe it sounds like sounds like Italian, Italiano or something. Serena, Giorgio.
What's the last name again? Berini.
Berini, which like
Berini.
is a fake name, but it makes sense why they'd pick an Italian one if the names are
Giorgio. Yeah.
I'm just saying, if someone said, yo, even that one cousin that you fucking hate just came back to life, I'd be like, I gotta go see this myself.
I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could. I don't know. That really freaks me out for some reason. I don't know if I would go. I think I would be more concerned about the people in the house. I'd be like, are you trying to trap me and like kill me? I don't know. I think I would be like really like hesitant.
No, I would have to see it with my own eyes. I'd be like, this is literally evidence that the afterlife exists. It's crazy. It's crazy. You wouldn't get, write in the comments if you would go, because I feel this is such a, to me, it's such an obvious absolute. It's an absolutely yes. It's an absolute no to you.
No, it's not an absolute no. I think I would go eventually, but you would have to probably talk me into it because I think I'd be like, I don't know if I trust this brother-in-law or whoever the hell this guy is to me in this scenario. I don't know. I'd be like a little weirded out. I'd be like,
I mean, I'd bring a knife, you know?
I'd be like, okay, he's saying he sees my dead brother. That feels like disrespectful. You'd bring a knife. Okay. Well, in that case, I feel safe.
I guess, yeah, it depends. It depends on how close you are with the people. Like, if I found
That's kind of it. I think
if
that's
a
it.
long lost relative, I see what you're saying. Like, if a long lost relative I don't even really have a relationship with said this to me, I'm
Was
not
like,
going to
come
your
over,
fucking
your dead
house.
brother's here. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, in that case, I'm not going over to your house to find out that you have like a mental health situation going on.
Right. I don't really want to be part of that.
But like, if my cousins I talk to regularly are
Yeah.
like, "Oh my
Okay.
god, this
That's
person's
fair.
alive," I'd be like,
If I
"I'm
felt trustworthy
getting on
that
a
this was
plane."
a thing, I would absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Think of the experiments you could do. You could be like, tell them to come over here, and like, can they teleport? And like, I mean, I would have just as many questions for them.
And they'd be like, why are you holding a knife? Can you answer that first?
Yeah, the 8-year-old at knife point is really
It's like, no, I'm not going to go over there, you freak.
and they have the nerve to go. Giorgio always looks a little stressed. It's like,
Yeah, you're just showing up with a knife doing experiments on him. Like, no wonder.
honestly, if I was living in a house with an 8-year-old ghost and I didn't know he was apparently my uncle, I'd have a knife there too.
I guess so.
I guess like what's that going to do to a ghost? But so anyway, Giorgio's walking around, they're chatting it up. But he always seems stressed. And one article did say it was as if he, like Serena, could sense something dark or was attached to something dark. And even though he was fine and harmless, he knew about something that we couldn't foresee.
I think that's part of what freaks me out too. Like, not that I wouldn't go see this person, but this ghost, but I feel like there's something sinister beneath it. That's like, why is he stressed? Why is he hanging around? You already had this Serena, like sleep paralysis, creepiness. Like, part of me is like, is that really my twin brother, or is this like a something darker? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's unsettling.
You know what? To go back to our previous conversation, talk about family members who would want to see this person back to life. His fucking twin who's alive.
Right. That's what I meant. Like, if
Why
this
didn't
were my
anyone
twin,
call Carlos?
that's what I'm saying. Like, if Carlos, I'd be like a little unsettled though. If like, oh, and we also had all this demonic activity, I'd be like, even if I believe you, I'd be like, I don't know if I want to see my 8-year-old brother as like a demonic ghost. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Carlos like sends a picture of him like waving. It's like, give this to him.
It's like, let's FaceTime. Yeah, that's about as far as I'll come.
Well, after 2 months, Giorgio finally stops appearing, and his final words to them, by the way, was, "My oldest brother is the only one that can help me."
Oh my God. What is his oldest brother? Do we know? Like a priest or something?
I have no idea, and also if that was the solution this whole time, why were you ever here to begin with?
Maybe
But
he didn't know.
well, so I think what's happening is it seems that the kids are confused about their relationship to these people because, like, how Serena was maybe calling Rose her
yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
Maybe Giorgio thought that Joe was his father and not the father's son, or his brother when it was his uncle.
Oh.
So he was saying maybe like my oldest brother is the only one that can help me, being like, you're my oldest brother, you're the only one that can save us.
Talking about Joe.
I think. I don't know. I have no
Oh.
idea. But it was certainly cryptic and fucking crazy.
Mm.
And after
And then he disappeared?
and they disappeared. Which I feel like we could have said one more sentence before we left and like clarified some things, you know?
This kid
Like, help
knows
you
how
from
to
what?
this kid knows how to do a cliffhanger moment.
He did. He said, "I'll be back for the sequel."
Yeah. Or will I?
Oh, fade to black. The same night, Giorgio disappeared for good. His absence seemed to also leave room for a new entity.
I'm telling you, I don't know what you fill that with, but you got to fill that. Put your thumb over the hole.
I was gonna say, just like put some like caulk or putty on
Tape,
it, like
yeah.
wall putty. Yeah.
You staple it closed. That's what I would do.
Concrete it in. Yeah.
Some caulk.
Caulk. So he disappeared, and all of a sudden something else appeared, literally within the same 24 hours. And immediately they really missed that little boy because Joe and Rose's phone flew off the nightstand on its own multiple times.
And this is not a cell phone. This is a landline, just to remind everyone.
Like when it hit the wall, it probably went ring.
Oh, ring. and then you hear because it fell off the hook. How creepy is that?
Horrific.
So much more cinematic than an iPhone going flying.
I feel like our hauntings would be so boring today. Like
I know, boo. It's like that's just AI. Oh man.
And also like another question for ghosts, because we didn't have the technology we did back in the old day when they seemed to be super duper prevalent. So like we wouldn't have known back then what other capabilities they have. They were just working with the stuff going
True.
on back then. I wonder if there's new versions of Haunting today because there's new technology that
Well,
we can see
there
them interacting with.
there are, because Jim Harrow covers like technological ghosts sometimes, where
Yeah.
they'll like come in on a phone call, or they'll like a text. Oh, the creepiest ones are when text messages come through like from the deceased person, but it's
Mm.
like the numbers like just stuff like that really does happen kind of regularly enough to be like, whoa.
I mean, another example is like your iPod playing random
Oh
music you didn't
yes,
start up.
ew, that was creepy. First of all, it's an iPad. It wasn't the year 2005. And my iPod, the iPod Shuffle Christine brings on tour started.
um, or like
I was
I
thinking
wonder,
about
like
that yesterday for some reason, that iPad playing, and I was
interesting.
like, I wish I could remember what song that was.
I'm happy to not know.
Okay.
But even like Wi-Fi or like streaming services, I'm like, could it do all that? Like I
We
have
do
one
blame
friend.
tech issues on a ghost a lot, so I feel like we've already kind of committed to that theory.
I have one friend who closed captioning changed on her TV and like was able to go back and it played like the normal fucking words, but only one time it's like was almost like responding to her like an Ovilus. Isn't that the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life?
Ew, what the fuck?
Um
Hey, I hate that.
so I guess there are new ways that they can do things that they could always probably do. They just didn't know it themselves because they didn't have the technology yet.
Maybe they did, and they're like, hurry up and invent the cell phone.
So I'm so tired of having to type
Get
every
on
fucking letter
Skype.
out. But yeah, also how come on my laptop I haven't gotten messages on well, people have gotten messages on their like on a
I was
blank
gonna
document.
say,
Ugh.
it happens.
So and remember that one time wasn't there an episode we recorded where the whole thing got deleted temporarily or
Yeah,
something?
there's some weird tech shit that happens that we used to be like, haha, it's a ghost.
And it's when we were talking about one of the dolls.
Oh, 100%. That
And
was PTD, I think.
and there was I think there was another episode we recorded where we were also talking about her and like the things that she's capable of and our episode was fine but only like that section was totally like silenced or something.
Oh,
Wasn't there
there
an
was some
audio
weird,
issue?
there was like static or something happening. I remember people were like, "Did you do that on purpose?" We're like, "No."
Yeah.
Also just like side note, 2 nights ago, ooh, I have chills now. I'm like cold all of a sudden. I heard this shattering sound in the middle of the night. Remember how like my bathroom up here was flooding? So the same area, I heard this shattering sound. I thought that I saw all 3 pets, and I went, "Uh-oh, that's okay, not a good sign." Of course, I go upstairs with my flashlight on, and I'm looking, and I can't figure it out. The like I there Since like the 80s, there's been this like mirrored vanity thing, and the top of the mirror just like slammed onto the floor and shattered everywhere in the middle of the night.
What the fuck is
And
going on in that bathroom?
I don't know, but it just occurred to me it's the same bathroom.
As someone who's
And
used that bathroom, I can confirm it is the scariest bathroom I've
it is
ever
pretty
peed in.
creepy.
I would
Yeah.
never want to be in that bathroom by myself.
Well,
I
it has
have.
a nice toilet now, a new one.
Maybe it was the toilet all along. Oh, I guess not, since things are happening post new toilet.
That's right. And I was a little concerned. And then someone said, "Well, probably the humidity from the bathtub." I'm like, I've not turned that bathtub on in 5 years.
It
I mean,
doesn't look plugged in. You know
no,
what I'm
it's sort of
saying?
like one of those decorative, like clawed foot things. And I'm like, I don't know, man. And my brother was like, well, the adhesive wore off. And I was like, I've heard it all before. That's fine. It's just weird that it's been 30 years and one night it just shatters while I'm awake in the middle of the night with insomnia.
100%.
I don't know.
100%.
Anyway, so now all I'm saying is I'm getting creeped out by this story already because I'm like 10 feet from that spot and I feel a little
I wish
alarmed.
it would happen as you're recording so we could all witness
Well,
something. Make it
maybe you can talk
interesting.
about PTD again and she'll make something happen. Hmm.
Well, remember that time we held hands and looked PTD in the eye?
And she talked to us.
She said, I don't remember what she said, but we did look her in the eye
We
together.
were so polite.
I was like, hello.
You are beautiful.
Bye. So anyway, Joe puts the phone back on the table. Remember, the phone flew off the nightstand.
Yeah.
And he puts it back on the table, flies off again. It flew off the table like a dozen times.
Mm.
And he called his parents to see if they knew what Giorgio meant by like, my oldest brother's the only one who can help me. And like, because he took it as a sign of like, that's the last thing I heard from Giorgio. And now the phone is flying off the hook. So like, use the phone, ask about Giorgio.
Check in.
But similar to our audio, whenever we talk about dolls, every time Joe would say Giorgio's name, the phone would go dead by itself.
Bye. I don't like that.
Every time Eventually it wasn't just the phone being thrown around, but the doors started slamming, dishes
Ugh.
started breaking, footsteps started being heard only running through the house. And a box of pasta was ripped out of Rose's hand. That's the most insulting to me.
Maria. Told you. Penne. Give me the secret recipe, the ghost shouted.
Or it was like, not this boxed swine. What's wrong with you?
This swill. Throw this in the trash.
Swill, not swine. What's wrong with me? That's pigs.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
The couple went to a priest who told them, of course, say it with me, just ignore it. And
Are you serious?
Haven't gotten to say this in a long time, but thanks, priests.
Aw.
Miss her. And soon other items started flying around, and they kept ignoring it because the priest told them to, and they're just sitting there like hoping and hoping it's going to stop. Until eventually things only got worse because now this entity shows himself to them. And it is a dark male figure with a black cape, a hunched back, a gruff voice, and very large feet.
What the fuck?
They ask who he is.
Sounds like the Hamburglar.
Holy shit. I think
it's the big
this
feet
is the origin of McDonald's.
It all started with a small Italian pasta family.
Quick, someone get Mayor McCheese on the horn. Where were we? You've really
so sorry. He had
me.
big feet. A cape, by the way. Not cool.
Are you kidding? Do you know how many times I've worn my cape this week? I fucking love a cape.
Okay, I'm saying not cool as a like.
Oh, it's very
cool to wear a cape.
Don't worry.
It's also like fine to wear. Oh, it's not fine to wear a top hat. Never mind.
No, especially with a cape, unless you're getting paid and doing magic.
Correct. There's really strict rubric.
If I saw someone wearing a top hat and they're not either an Abe Lincoln impersonator or a magician, what are you doing?
Or the hat man himself.
Or the hat man himself. Or like, I guess if you're really trying to like do one over on the opera, like you're really trying to commit to the theater.
We'll think about it on that one.
I'm still uncomfortable about it because like people are going to sit behind you in the audience and they're going to hate you.
Oh, I thought you meant on the stage. I see.
Oh.
You better have some fucking tact and take that hat off if you're in the audience.
Please. It's just for the entrance, the grand reveal.
Exactly. Like we've already seen you in the lobby and talked about it. Sit down.
Now, if you saw me in a cape, you would really go feral because this is a delicious cape. I have it right here.
What? I was like, are you getting it right now? Oh my God.
I wear this cape all the time. I wear it.
Did you wear it? Are you wearing it to your date? Your friend date?
No, but I have worn it before with new people. Just to give them a real taste of who I am.
Those ones that never called you back.
Yeah, kind of. No, I call this my everyday cape because I actually have like 4 capes. But
yeah, I know.
So this one is, have you seen this before? Am I showing you something you've already seen?
I really don't think I have.
I've had this cape for years and I really decided to commit to the bit recently.
I do feel like you've talked about it quite a lot and I feel like in my mind I know it, but I don't think I've ever seen it.
It's lovely. I wear it to the dog park often. And I'm not wearing it. I think here's the thing. You have to have the confidence because I am not wearing it to be like spooky or like kitschy or
quirky.
Yeah, like I'm wearing it functionally, like it just keeps me warm.
That's
like,
the key. If you're wearing it, it's like, oh, that looks comfortable. I'm not going to be like, why the fuck would you wear that? You know,
you have to wear it I mean, it's no different than like bringing a blanket somewhere in public, which I guess is weird, but people understand the purpose of the blanket and a cape is just that. But
and I'm like kind of jealous, right? Like if I see someone with a blanket, I'm like, oh, I should have thought of that.
Well, it's been like, there have been nights where like the dog park is really fucking cold and I've seen people bring blankets and I'm like, that's so fucking smart. And I'm like,
really smart.
I'm like, I'd rather have a blanket that just buttons on so I don't have to hold it. So that's what a cape is.
God, let me
see. I don't know if it's really gonna.
Oh, it looks so voluptuous.
So she's got a little hood moment.
Satin?
She buttons up at the neck, so it's very
Whoa.
And then she's got pockets and she's got sleeves. It's a short so it's a crop top cape. It's like it ends at your back. It's not a long cloak.
Oh, it's like a poncho.
I guess so.
That was probably the rudest thing I've ever said to you. I'm sorry. No, it's not like a poncho. Like it's not like the kind I got at Dillard's in 8th grade.
No, it ends at the waist. It ends at the waist.
Oh, it does.
It's like a little Red Riding Hood size.
Oh, charming! Like a capelet.
Capelet, and then but it also has like spots where you can put your arms through. So if you move, it moves like wings.
When you move,
and it has the finger rings, so it stays on your fingers, so it moves with you.
Oh my God! So you're basically like conducting an orchestra, looking like Batman.
It's very comfy and it's thick. It's like
I
3
know
sweatshirts thick.
it looks extremely voluptuously cozy.
And when you close it up, it literally keeps the cold out so well. How did we
And
get
then
here?
I
Oh,
don't know.
there's a dark
He's wearing
hunchback
a
man.
cape, and I'm upset about it. And I'm not saying I'm upset about you wearing a cape. I'm upset about the shadowy man in my bedroom wearing a cape. Like, get out of here.
This is that, and also final sentence. This is a PSA. If you've ever thought about buying a cape, I've never once regretted it, and I only get compliments. So everyone leave me alone. Except for all
Yeah,
all the
fuck
haters.
you all.
Get a
Wait,
cape.
where did
It's
you
insane.
buy the cape? Because my next question is, I'd love a cape. Where can I get one?
I'll tell you exactly this one because
Did you buy this on the street too?
No, I bought this at actually like a Comic-Con and like
Oh, that feels right too.
which like I guess technically it was meant for cosplay, but I never used it for that. I want to
Anything's
give
cosplay if you really try hard enough, you know?
Oh, that's true. To give them a shout out because I want this company to stay in business so that way I can
For
buy
your
more
own
capes.
selfish reasons.
It's called the Original Scareware
Okay, now we're talking.
and it's called Creepsville with a K.
And now I'm trying to tell us, no, there's nothing weird or creepy about this cape. And they're like, no, there is. Oh, wow. I mean,
Creepsville, if you ever want to do an ad with us, I'll
think
take
you
as
might
many
get some
capes as you want.
converts here. Yeah.
It's
Wow.
it's a game changer. I wore it to Wicked, of course.
Of course.
I wear it in Renaissance things. I guess I do cosplay with it.
See?
I'm so sorry to everybody who wanted a short story. Let's keep going. I'm trying to clock the fuck in. Okay.
I'm not sorry. But go on.
There's a hunchbacked man with a cape.
Right.
And a gruff voice.
What could go wrong?
He's throwing everything around. He is a real nightmare. And they've been told by priests to ignore him. And then eventually he decides to walk up to them and tell them that he is, quote, a minister of God.
Oh, God, boy. Okay.
They continued to try and ignore the obviously dark energy, but oftentimes the activity was just too intense to ignore. For example, the family would just start hearing a random man scream obscenities, and I feel like a lot of people would go, "That's just Grandpa." But
yeah, he's just under the weather.
he's just in the other room. That one I don't mind too much. If I heard a random person cussing in the house, that's fine. But
Oh, is it? If you heard a random man cussing in your house?
compared to if that's the worst, it's just like, oh, there's that fucking guy again. He's
Yeah,
just
fair
mad
enough. If I knew who it was, I could kind of just like brush it aside. Yeah.
especially when all I know about him is he's a minister to God. I'm like, oh, the minister's mad.
Oh, not the minister again. He loves those swear words.
Well, apparently it got worse because those items that were flying around, like the phone and everything, was now aiming itself at the couple. Objects were flying into them all the time.
Uh-oh.
Religious objects were getting smashed. Yikes. Or they were being ripped off the wall. Yikes. The furniture would end up all over the place, including bookcases and desks that were upstairs. They are now downstairs. Or they're being toppled over, or they're being found in different rooms. I can't imagine going home and it's just my bookcase is upside down and upstairs and in a different room and toppled over.
I'd be thrilled. I'd be like, finally, somebody help me move the furniture.
I know, like at least use your power for good.
But I would want it to be used in the way that I would really need the bookshelf to be placed in a certain way. So yeah, it would be annoying.
The real kick in the crotch would be if you finally moved it yourself and now it's back downstairs.
Oh, now that's not cool.
I'd be like, you fucking asshole.
I pulled my back out for that, you know.
I know.
What is that? Is that the phrase?
Threw
No.
it out?
Threw it out.
It's that you sounded like someone who's never thrown your back out.
If
have you?
only. If only.
I can't. Oh my god. Here's I think the creepiest one to me is that they had those like classic attic stairs where you had to like pull them down on a string.
Oh, yeah.
The stairs to the attic would open themselves, which you might think like, okay, the latch is loose or whatever, and it just fell by itself. But first of all, think of how loud that is if they were to fly
That's
down by themselves.
Terrifying. And
And then
dangerous.
and it couldn't just be a loose latch. It was clearly something paranormal because not only would the stairs open themselves, they would shut themselves. So something's pushing it up. And it would open and slam and open and slam. And it was doing it so hard that the ceiling cracked.
Oh, no.
Like, that's it for me. Like, cut the cameras.
Bye.
I'm out.
I get it. I'm out.
Rose seemed to get the most violent attention, of course, because lamps are getting thrown at her head. A freezer door when she was bending down hit her in the head when she came back up.
Holy shit.
She would find bruises all over herself. She would get grabbed and scratched by unseen hands. And of course, activity got even worse whenever she would pray. Then things were like even more intense. And a few months after dealing with all this torment, Rose is in bed alone one night and starts hearing banging on the walls. And the bed then levitated off the floor, I think with her in it. And the doors slam themselves shut to imply that she cannot leave the room.
Jesus. Okay.
The doors only reopened when the family dog growled protectively, good puppy.
Aw.
And when she did get out of the room, she was then grabbed like out of a horror movie and dragged back into the room. The door slammed shut again. She was getting choked and she's levitating off the ground by herself
It's
and
like
then
Exorcist
slammed
shit.
onto the floor.
Oh, no.
Joe finally gets into the room and he sees her cowering in a corner and, quote, the bed jumping as high as 2 feet into the air.
What the fuck is going on?
Like, I miss Serena, girl. You know, I'm
I
tired
know.
of this.
If only that were the cussing man and Serena were back.
And for Miss, I'm going to warn you of imminent doom. Like, how about, where were you? Or was your whole presence that? Is that you were just from the beginning, you being here was the warning that something worse was coming?
She moved out and it was not her fault that someone else moved in. Okay.
You know what? I shouldn't be blaming her. You're right.
Listen, she tried.
She tried. After this, they tried to make living in the house work, but how could you? And they didn't have to try for very long until they gave the fuck up, because very soon after this big event where she's getting thrown around the room, the couple walks into the kitchen and sees, quote, a heavy carving knife stabbed into the kitchen table.
Oh no.
And it was also just happened to be on one of the kids' birthdays. Happy birthday.
Aside from a horse head in your bed, that's the most threatening like symbolism I can think of.
I'm sure it's been the cover of movies, horror movies.
It has to be.
But like just walk in, it's just stabbed
The butcher
right into the
knife.
table.
Oh.
And then I don't think had butcher block back in the day as
Right,
popular as
so-
it is today.
ooh,
It was
oh,
like
like-
an expensive table too.
Ooh.
So the couple called the priest again, going, "Hey, we listened to you and fuck you."
Fuck you, first of all.
They moved out. They were like, "You can do whatever you want with this house. I'm so over it." I guess priest came in and actually did some sort of pseudo exorcism on the house.
A blessing.
Well, no, the first time was a blessing, and then they're like, just ignore it.
Oh.
This time was like something powerful enough that I guess witnesses were there. And I guess it was deemed successful because after this there was no more activity. I don't think I've ever covered a story where the priests come in and do one exorcism
Maybe
and
it's
it's
like
handled.
a cleansing or something. Yeah.
Yeah, something intense. I imagine Latin was involved, but I
It
don't.
must have been.
I just like when Latin's involved. It
I don't.
feels more serious. I mean, I like when it's happening in a room I'm not in,
But right, from afar. Yeah.
but the story is juicier later. So after that, there was no more activity. It really was like exactly how you would hope priests can be helpful. So I guess this is the first time ever. Thanks, priests.
And that's enough credit.
Yeah, like thanks, like the second time.
The end. 5 claps for you.
But after the fact, I think they were still obviously horrified by everything, and that's when Joe called the what is now American Institute of Parapsychology, and he was like, "We had some really fucking crazy things go on here. It's technically over. Maybe you'll find something if you would like attempt it. So if you'd like to research a house, you can have this house." I wonder if he also called them in to be like, "Can you double check that everything's good?"
True point, and make sure it doesn't follow us.
Yeah, but and every article had completely different findings here on what happened when the American Institute of Parapsychology went in there. Some sources said they were haunted like crazy and could corroborate every single thing that the family had seen, which means that the exorcism didn't work. Then there were other sources where it's like they couldn't find anything. They just had to go off of stories that they heard from the family, which means that the exorcism did
Weird.
work, or that it was never haunted. Or there was other sources that said like they found some things that they could have deemed haunting, but the most telling information they got was just from like friends and family who overheard the stories. So
Weird.
I don't really know what came out of that, but they did look at it, and after they looked at it, they wrote up a report. Could not find the report. But I guess in it is where they named the family the Berinis, and that's how we
Okay.
get the Berini Haunting. So that is that.
What the fuck?
Yep.
That one upset me a little bit. Kind of creeped me out, like beyond normal.
It feels like, unless if you're not a believer, I'm about to say something so hysterical to you, but to me, it feels like something that could actually happen.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly what I was gonna say. Like an everyday cape, everyday haunting
I have the
style.
cape. Honestly, if I saw a hunchback man in a cape in my house, I'd be like, take my fucking cape off.
You'd be like, who told you you could wear that?
Like, you can haunt me, but don't raid my
You're
closet. What's
getting
fucking wrong
wrinkles
with
in
you?
my cape.
Yuck.
Yuck. I am like really alarmed by that, and I think you're right. I think it's because it feels like something that could just happen to a family and then the
And
end.
I think it's, I think what's eerie to me is I do not, I'm not opening any portals or anything like that. I, in theory, don't hate the idea of having like a little ghost going around as long as it's just like something as simple as what Serena was at first. Like
Totally.
just a little voice every now and then you hear a little thing and like, okay, that's the end of it. But as soon as it escalates to like, oh, now we're warning you of bad things. And then I leave and now you can see a different ghost and he can even talk to you and interact with you like fucking Casper. And then he's really fucking scared about something you don't know that's coming. And then he leaves the scene and now it gets worse and worse. And now you're getting knives in your tables. Like it just feels like it feels personal because the unraveling of it.
Yes, yes, yes. And it escalates to a point where you're like, how would you even manage to like stop it? You know, it's like the second one leaves, like another one shows up, and you're like,
Yeah.
wait. I didn't even have a chance to call the priest.
Yeah. I think
Oof.
I think maybe it feels personal because you and I would both be open to how it first started.
Yeah,
And then
that's actually concerning. Good
we
point.
could accidentally slip into like the worst of the worst.
As I like think about how I have to pee in that bathroom in about 10 seconds.
You cleaned up the floor?
A little bit.
Okay.
There's still some mirror around.
Well, thank you everybody for listening. Oh, there she goes.
Uh-oh, my camera died. Super.
Girl.
Girl.
El gato. What's that, a cat?
Well, I was charging my vape, and I used the cord for my camera to charge my vape.
That is the least surprising thing I've ever heard you say. Hey, I know we're in the middle of work, but I'm going to charge my vape with the camera cord.
I'm going to unplug my camera.
What a mystery this is.
Oh, you know, I could have used the cord for that I plug my light into, but no, I used the cord that I plug my camera into. So.
Can you imagine if El Gato was paying us for this spot right now?
That would be nice because they are great.
I mean, El Gato, you have the opportunity to do the funniest thing in the world right now is just give us some money and we'll keep this screen going and never see Christine again. Aww.
Oh man, you didn't bring the money to the table, El Gato. Okay. Oh. I think I've got to do a little refresheroo or something.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for the story or for listening to my story, and I guess we'll reset as it were, and you can go pee in your haunted potty and I'll go get my sticker book.
Yeah, we'll reconvene for Yappy Hour, which you can listen to on your podcast feed or Patreon. Okay, so you hopefully see me in a moment.
Okay. You know, as two people who never thought we would ever be hiring, it's crazy that we got to a place where we had to do that and we didn't know where to start. We had no idea. And I remember Christine saying, you know, I heard about this website called ZipRecruiter. Maybe we just try looking for people there. And within 24 hours, we found Eva.
It was like the two least qualified people to hire somebody. Just like heard about this tool called ZipRecruiter, and then Eva showed up. Like it really is the most magical.
two people bumbling around and they end up with like a dream too. It's crazy.
Oh man, it's like meant to be. Well, when we first found Eva amongst a pool of candidates, we asked some very important questions like, what kind of job are you looking for? What's your experience? Do you believe in ghosts? Mm-hmm. What's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to you? Things like
sign?
that.
Yeah.
What's your sign? Etc. Well, the same goes if you're hiring. You definitely want to address key questions first to see if someone could be right for your role.
And that's why you need ZipRecruiter. When you post your job, ZipRecruiter suggests screening questions to help you hone in on top candidates faster. And today you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/drink.
Ask key questions and hire faster with ZipRecruiter. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/drink. That's ZipRecruiter.com/drink.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. We're just those kind of people, we like to accessorize. I don't know if that's like the Gemini in us, or I don't know what it
The
is, but
novelty.
we're just big fans of Warby Parker. And I was so excited to see them come across my desk today.
Yeah,
Uh,
as they do. Yeah.
Buying eyeglasses before Warby Parker was something that I never want to experience again, which was like going into a store
With your
and being
mom.
with your mom,
You have to tr-
beholden to like some crazy price that
you
she
have
then starts arguing with the people about.
you have to try every single one on. She goes, no, not those.
The one you like, she's like, ooh, and you're like, oh, good. Good, 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 good. So anyway, that's why we're obsessed with Warby Parker. Nothing comes close on quality, price, selection, customer service. I have Warby Parker glasses that I have had for probably since the beginning of this podcast that are still like tip top shape.
And their prescription glasses start at $95. So you can actually get quality and
Ugh.
stylish frames at an affordable price. You can still be a part of it all. Warby Parker gives you quality and better looking prescription eyewear at a fraction of the going price.
Our listeners get 15% off plus free shipping when they buy 2 or more pairs of prescription glasses at warbyparker.com/drink.
That's 15% off when you buy 2 pairs of glasses at warbyparker.com/drink. And after you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you.
I forgot to also mention that I did make a TikTok when it happened because I heard the crashing sound and went upstairs with the video on because I was like, if I'm about to either run into a serial killer or a demon, I'd at least want to make content
Duh.
out of it. Yeah. So if you want to see what it looks like, you can look on my TikTok. But I'll also add that I'm very curious to see if anybody like senses anything. You know, like if they see the bathroom. Like I'm just curious if anybody like if they look at it and they're like, ooh, there's something.
Similar to our conversation about like with the new technology, what are ghosts capable of? I wonder with the new technology what psychics are capable of, because I've always wanted to meet somebody who can like see things on a screen that's like being recorded that like
Mhm.
I obviously can't see anything next to you. But if someone's like, oh, there's someone sitting next to you, I would love to know if someone is capable of that, or is that too
Oh
crazy?
yeah, that's very common. No, no,
No?
no, I don't think so. I mean, that's how we found out about Harry. Remember that Moonlight Medium said someone's walking around behind you, and I was like,
Oh, right. I totally
remember?
forgot his
Terrifying.
origin story.
Um, yeah, no, it's definitely a thing because I mean, so many virtual appointments and with psychics and things are virtual now anyway. So I think they kind of have to be
Interesting. Yeah, it feels like
transcends time and space. You know
I
what I
feel like
mean?
I am a believer in a lot of things, but that one is like hard for me to wrap my head around that like I feel like you have to be in the room to sense the energy, but I'm also not a fucking psychic or medium, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, you are, but that's beside the point.
It did get me a opportunity with the LA Ghostbusters out here. Do you know about them? Like
What?
it's a volunteer
No.
group. It's not actual ghost hunting.
You are bearing the lead on so many things today. You're like, oh, one time my friend, what was the thing
I
you
don't know,
said
but I'm
earlier?
practicing to be a dad who just says like nothing.
Yeah, seriously. Like you said something like a haunted story earlier. You're like, yeah, but this haunting happened to my friend. And I'm like,
Oh, the closed
what?
captioning, yeah.
Yes, that's the thing. Okay, and now what are you telling me now? Oh, the ghost what is that LA Ghost Hunter?
It's a volunteer group. That
Ooh, a vigilante group.
no, it's like volunteering at hospitals, but but they're dressed
Oh,
up.
what?
What?
Oh, as
They're
the
dressed up as
Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters to like go see the
I
kids
thought you meant like they literally do like ghost
hunting in
and I'm
hospitals.
like, that's really disrespectful that they go to a hospital. I thought it meant like people die and they
Oh,
go there
they're
to
like, don't worry, we'll suck up the
Oh,
ghost
okay,
before anyone gets out of here.
wow, I read that really wrong. Okay, so it's like they're it's like wait, what do you mean? So what happened with them with you?
Well, no, because they did the Kreskin ESP thing on me, and I like nailed it.
Oh, that's who that
Yeah.
was.
Even they, when it was happening, they looked around and they were like, "This is fucking weird." I saw them make eyes with each
It's
other.
really weird.
um,
It's really weird, Em. It's
but
really
so
weird.
I got an email asking if not asking if I wanted to join. I told them I was interested in joining, and they sent me an email, and so now I guess I don't know what the right word is, but it's like it's not just like oh, come and join whenever. It's like it takes like 6 months and a certain amount of like hours and before they even consider me. It's like really
Whoa.
intense.
Wait, but
I
wow.
know. But so it helps raise money for children's hospital gowns to look like Ghostbusters uniforms. So that way they feel like they're Ghostbusters. And everyone gets like
Please.
a plush ghost, like a little like a stuffed animal in the hospital.
God.
And they do a bunch of charity work. But the one thing that they were proud to show off was they had one of the Ghostbusters looking children's robes. It literally looks like you're a fucking Ghostbuster. It was very cool looking.
Now that's cool. I
Um,
mean, that's really
and then
cool.
they go in and hang out with kids and, show them all. You have like literally to be one of them, you have to have like the like equipment and then like the kids I guess get to play with it and stuff.
Thing, yeah.
It's just a volunteering thing.
You have to like cosplay for real.
Yeah. And they even said like you only when
Uh,
you have a uniform and a proton pack and all this stuff, then like we'll consider you. And I'm
Get
like,
your
what the
proton
fuck? I'm like,
Can you imagine when you leave, they're like, turn in your proton pack instead of your badge.
so they like sent like a it felt like a Harry Potter list of like you have to have all these things on your uniform before you can come to Hogwarts.
Proton
And it was like you
pack.
have to have
A cape.
this type of knee pad and this type of belts and this type of this, and they're very serious
Wow.
about it. So I don't
Are you
know.
gonna do it?
I think so. It sounds fun.
Sounds cool. Leona came home during the fall at some point, and she's in a new preschool class, and she was like, "Who you gonna call?" And I was like, "Ghostbusters," and she's like, "Yeah," and I was like,
I like how
"This is a fun turn of
I love that
events."
she's giving you a litmus test.
She did, and she was like, "Shockingly, my mother passed." Apparently, it's like her teacher's favorite movie, so
Oh,
she
fun.
was singing that all fall. I've never seen it,
Oh, it's very good.
so I didn't pass that litmus test. But she doesn't.
Let's see if
need
you
to
can
know
watch
that.
it together. It's not really scary.
Yeah,
I mean, she might be scared.
well,
She's 4.
I was gonna say she's kind of scared of like
Yeah.
Peppa Pig sometimes. So I
Okay.
don't know.
Maybe when she's older. But no, I didn't mean to like
She's a lot like me. I don't know if you're catching on to the like whole sinister, insidious.
It's certainly not insidious.
Movie watching vibe.
Certainly not.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
no, so I'm probably gonna. I'm more excited about like they get what's the right word, reserved or booked a lot for like Halloween events and all that. So
Wow,
yeah, I don't know.
that's
Seems fun.
so cool. And you passed their psychic test.
I passed their psychic test. And then they gave me a candy eyeball for my third eye.
Hell yeah, that's kick ass.
What are you
can't
up
wait
to
to see
these
the
days? Are you in
proton.
any groups or doing any fun things?
You know, I just was looking into a group that goes around and makes a lot of noise outside of hotels where ICE is staying.
Really, I haven't heard about any of those. You want to elaborate or? That sounds very fun. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but they're trying. They have like an anonymous tip line of like where ICE is staying, and unfortunately, they're coming to a neighborhood in my town very soon,
Mhm.
and it's becoming a very high stress environment because we have been watching all this, of course, Minneapolis, and there is a detention center near here and stuff, but it's becoming a lot more like close to home in a literal way. So everyone's kind of bracing for that. So I've been looking into that as far as like volunteer stuff. And then just like again, like try to be analog a little bit, like do more just like creative for just to be creative, not like to like I'm always like, well, what am I gonna do with this app? Like
Mhm.
I always feel like I need to make something productive out of it. I'm trying to like just be low key, but it's hard. I'm not very low key about relaxing.
No. Um, well, I wish you the best. And again, sticker books are very fun.
I mean, honestly, I'm looking around like making mental notes of the piles, like where they are, because I'm like,
Well,
I got to get those ones and those ones.
I was gonna
together
say, think of
and-
it this way: if you need to be productive, that like
Yeah, I mean,
you're also cleaning
it
your house.
scratches both itches. Yeah,
organizing
yeah,
your
to say a
stuff.
gross thing, but like it kind of works. Yeah. Okay, so I'm doing part 2 today of the Todt Family Murders in Celebration, Florida.
I'm so excited.
Oh my word, it's just such a fucking doozy. I have a little summary for everyone, including myself, just to keep us all in the loop. If you've not heard part 1, I would go listen to that because it's just deeply insane. And it's pretty relevant to what's going to be discussed today. So here's a summary of part 1. We've got Anthony Todt, and his wife Megan. And by the way, Todt, some people say Todt. It's Todt.
Okay.
I just say Todt. I feel like that's the more common pronunciation, but not 100% sure on that. His wife, Megan, they were highly regarded physical therapists in Connecticut. They had 3 children, Alec, Tyler, and Zoe. 11, 8, and 4, I believe, were their ages at this point. They were a normal, quote unquote, loving household, seemingly from the outside. But after moving to the Disney designed town of Celebration, Florida in 2017, the family became increasingly isolated. Megan struggled with Lyme disease, apparently due to a tick bite she got at Disney, and depression. Her father, I don't think I mentioned this last week, maybe I did, but her father had died by suicide like a decade earlier. And it was something that like weighed on her obviously heavily throughout the years. But then I think Tony, a lot of this is information we got through Tony, and like take everything he says with like a mountain of salt because he's full of shit.
Okay.
But like when he says like, oh, she was so sick and depressed and didn't like this world, I'm like, how much do I believe about what was really going on versus like, is he exaggerating
Well, especially because
to make her look bad?
he was saying like, oh, well, their whole doomsday thing that he's
Exactly.
claiming that they were both like into thinking that like December 28th is the end of the world, and they had this suicide pact, and
Mm-hmm.
I call bullshit 100%.
And then he goes to jail and calls his sister and goes, oh, I actually wasn't there at all.
Yeah, like
Megan did
you
all of
have
it.
lost
Yeah.
the plot, my friend.
The credibility. Yeah. Like, how am I supposed to believe anything you're fucking saying right now? There's no proof of this, no witnesses. You know, I just don't believe you in general. So I don't know how much of this is true because a lot of it is information from him. But from what we can tell, she was struggling with some health issues. Was that a fruit fly?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Was or is?
I can't tell.
Did he meet his doom?
He might still be here. Sorry, I didn't mean to take away from your story. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Okay. So from what people could tell, though, Tony, at least from the outside, and I guess Megan a little bit too, they were not doing great. She was looking a bit sick. She had lost a lot of weight, and he was actually gaining a lot of weight. And he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes at this point. They were going through it. But no one except Tony knew how bad things really were because behind the scenes, Tony was actually drowning in a financial crisis. And we don't even think Megan knew the half of it, his wife.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. He was under federal investigation for $130,000 in Medicaid fraud at his Connecticut practice. He faced over $100,000 in personal debt to like 20 different lenders. Some like really, sketchy ones that you don't want to be owing money to.
Mm-hmm.
By late 2019, his professional license had expired. His business was collapsing. His family was facing eviction from their home in Florida. And this is when the holidays come up. 2019 holiday season. The family kind of appears to go off grid. Tony sends some weird texts to relatives claiming everyone has the flu and they're not coming back to Connecticut like usual for Christmas. Weeks of silence go by. The family orders some wellness checks. Federal agents and local deputies finally enter the home on January 13th, 2020, and they discover that Tony has been living with the deceased bodies of his entire family for up to 2 weeks or so.
Okay.
Perhaps longer than that. They find him dazed. He claims to be experiencing a Benadryl overdose. He had staged his family, his victims, wrapped in blankets, holding crucifixes, almost in like a shrine-like manner. He initially provided a detailed confession claiming he and Megan both went into the suicide pact together to keep the family together in the afterlife. He outright, on recording, boldly admitted to suffocating his 4-year-old daughter, suffocating and stabbing Alec and Tyler, assisting Megan's suicide by suffocating her after she stabbed herself, and then killing the family dog because they wanted to take the dog with them.
Sick.
And then not knowing how to kill himself. And that was his story, that he tried so hard and he just couldn't do it. But he could kill his 4-year-old. But
Right.
okay.
That was a lot easier.
Wow, that part wasn't so
That one
hard.
actually,
Jesus
and
Christ.
he also survived. And not only that, but then he like ate peanut M&Ms next to the baby's corpse.
I literally this morning put the peanut M&Ms back in this part 2. I was like, it deserves another fucking mention. It's so
I really
sick.
Respect that in the last episode you tried to be like, well, I don't want to like give off like, I don't want to get too into the nitty gritty of it, but like now that's what I'm going to remember him as, is like the guy who ate peanut M&Ms next to his fucking kid's dead body.
That's what sticks with me because I think it's exactly what you're saying, that it's like so specific that it almost makes it just like more real and like tangible.
It feels
like you're like, can you imagine somebody doing that? Like that's so fucked up.
Bear with me. It feels relatable because like in a way.
Yeah, it feels accessible, like to understand from yeah, exactly.
It feels like I don't know why, because it actually feels like it's literally the least relatable thing in the entire world. But it's there's something I can understand eating M&Ms, and it's like doing something so everyday, so common, so like it
and
next to
I
your
was going to
fucking
mention
corpse?
this later. It is. I'm just going to mention it now because it's just as relevant now. But the peanut M&Ms, they're actually on a receipt of a pellet gun he bought at a sporting goods store, and he bought like I forget what soda. It's not a Dr. Pepper, but it was like a Diet Coke and a bag of peanut M&Ms and then a pellet gun and pellet ammunition. And like you just see the receipt and it's just like so creepy to see just like a Dick's Sporting Goods receipt with like and you're like, this guy just went to the
I
store.
think it's because
His family's all dead at home. I mean, it's just
I think
sick.
it's because what he did is so hard to wrap my head around that
Abhorrent.
when you bring it back down to earth with something as simple as
Yes.
like, oh, he also just like goes to Dick's. He also just
Yeah.
eats M&Ms like us. And it's like
Wants a Diet Coke. Yeah.
it makes it extra eerie because it's like I can somehow relate to a part of you and not be
Well,
able to get. It's like if you can be
and for
normal
us,
like
it's
that or
like,
human
oh,
like
I
that.
know I know that guy. You're like, I could know that
Yeah.
guy. That could be my neighbor. I could know the guy at the Dick's in front of me at the Dick's Sporting Goods buying peanut
Like if
M&Ms.
you
You know,
said
it's just like,
like, oh, he killed his family and then he also ate like a big bowl of like glitter and scrapple, then I'd be like, that's insane. Like, I'd be like, and I still can't relate, and it's just as ridiculous as the rest of it. But like this is very like
it feels like so mundane.
yeah,
I
that's the
think.
word.
Yeah,
Well done.
that's
We
the
got
word.
there.
It's my brother's favorite word. He loves it when anything is mundane. I don't know why.
I
He
get
just
it.
like loves like it's very emo, you know, like just a mundane short story about someone living their life, you know. Um sorry Zandy, I love you. But yeah, it's very mundane and that makes it like so much creepier somehow. Anyway, okay, thank you for bringing up the peanut M&Ms. It was definitely in my notes, so I'm glad you said it. So he admits to all of this, okay? And then he gets to jail and he's like, I don't think this is for me. He is on the phone with his sister who's fucking terrified and confused and was one of the people her name's Chrissy, she's younger. She's one of the people that have called for wellness checks on the family. Um Tony changes his story when he's talking to Chrissy. He starts saying he had no memory of his confession. He says he doesn't remember anything about the month of December. He doesn't remember confessing, which then, like, why do you suddenly seem to have such a vivid memory of the fact that you were not home when your wife, Megan, murdered your children and you had no idea? This is what he's telling Chrissy now. Oops, I actually wasn't there. I had nothing to do with it.
Like insane. Like what was
And she's like,
especially
you
when
told them you did. And he goes, I don't remember that.
they literally fucking found you there. What do you like?
Like, it's on camera. Like, what are you talking
Oh
about?
my god! Like, and if you weren't there when they died, explain how you were able to walk inside and throw your keys on the table and see the dead corpses and blood everywhere, and then just keep it moving. Like, what do you mean?
And then buy peanut M&Ms for dinner. Yeah. Don't worry, I have an entire explanation for all of it from his mouth. And
Thank
it's
God.
very
Let's hear it. I want to go. I'm ready.
absurd. It's absurd. It's absurd. It's absurd. It's bullshit. It's absurd. So now he's pleading not guilty. This is the summary of what we covered last week. And what I ended on was that in June 2020, while awaiting trial in the Osceola County Jail, Anthony Tote sent a 27-page handwritten letter to his father, Robert, aka Bob. This was their first significant contact in years, as Anthony had been estranged from Robert following a crime he was convicted of in 1980. The crime that Bob Tote, his dad, was convicted of was the crime of hiring a hitman to take out his own
Forgot
wife,
about this.
Tony's mother.
Yes.
This is why this story took me so many freaking weeks to do, because it's like, it's just so many layers.
And so we're saying that he had not been speaking to his father because of this atrocity.
Correct.
And
They
yet
were estranged, and yet here comes the 27-page letter.
Are you going to read the whole thing?
No, oh my God, imagine. Actually, one of the YouTubers that I watched do a 3-part series on this read like, I think all of it,
Wow.
most of it, all of it, and it's in his handwriting. So there were words where she's like, I literally don't know what this word says. I have no idea. But it is the ramblings of
A madman.
a narcissistic dad. Like, it's literally just a rambling of somebody that you'd be like, yep, obviously a total self-involved narcissist without empathy. Like, you just read it and you're like, really? That's what you're complaining about in this 27-page letter?
Wild.
Your children were murdered and you're like, I've been doing a lot of housework and, you know, like, it's just like, what are you doing? He's unwell. Okay, so I'm going to tell you the story, though, about Bob and Loretta, his mom and dad, and what happened to them when he was only 4 years old.
Okay.
So here's the story. Loretta Tote woke up in the late evening to find a man in her bedroom at her home in Bensalem, Pennsylvania. This is 1980. The intruder subsequently shot Loretta in the face at close range before rifling through doors to stage a burglary. 4-year-old Anthony walked into the hallway upon hearing this gunshot and reportedly saw a man in the hallway. And some sources report that the man picked 4-year-old Bob up and put him back in his bed.
Oh.
Loretta survived miraculously, but the bullet destroyed her left eye and remained permanently lodged in her skull, causing lifelong health struggles. Following the event, her husband, Bob, claimed a Charles Manson-style cult had broken in and smeared blood all over the walls. And
Wow.
police were not buying it, okay?
No? Okay.
No, I know. Shocking. They arrested the amount of times people probably blamed Charles Manson for shit, and the police were like, we've heard that one before. It's 1980. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, other people who killed their families, though, were like, finally, like, now I've got a really good
Perfect
excuse.
excuse. Yeah. Perfect scapegoat.
Like, Charles Manson just really helps everybody kill their family members.
I guess so, because he claimed that that is exactly what happened, but police were not buying it. They arrested John Tremonti, an acquaintance that Bob knew through his teaching job as a special education teacher. This was a former student of his brother's, I think, or of his at the school. Tremonti confessed that Robert Todt offered him $800 to kill a woman Bob described only as a babysitter. This is his wife, the mother of his children. Bob allegedly provided Tremonti with a house key, a .32 caliber revolver, and bullets to carry out the hit. And in newspaper testimony summaries, Tremonti also claimed Bob told him to shoot Loretta and said he could stab her too if he wanted, as long as the job got done.
Ew. And like,
Yeah,
and if
yeah.
it's
Up to
that's like
you.
a cat playing with like
Yeah.
torturing a mouse or something, and it's like, just kill the fucking mouse. But it's like, and if you want to like yank on its dead body while you're at it, that's what it feels like. It's like, you can play. You have room.
Yeah, you
to play.
You have room to do what you want. Like, yuck. I mean, it's all yuck.
Jesus.
Investigators quickly discovered Bob was leading a double life, actually a triple life, and was scheduled to marry a nurse named Colleen Facho just 1 month later. They already had their wedding date planned, and
oh my God,
he decided this would be easier, I guess, than divorcing his wife.
Imagine being engaged and finding out that. Oh my God.
And then she had to testify about because he was actually at her house. This Colleen woman, he was at her house as like his alibi when this occurred, and she was having to testify what time he left, and I mean, just to get wrapped up in something like this. Also, I said double life, I meant triple life. He was also dating, I don't know what the laws were back then, a 17-year-old girl as well. So
well, I know what the law was, but I don't know what morality was as a
yeah, exactly. So I say dating loosely because I don't know, like, legality wise, if this is considered consensual. I assume maybe at 17, back then, but I don't know. Either way, it's so gross. And he has these 3 people on the hook here. And he has 2 kids at home. And now this 4-year-old literally witnessed his mother getting shot in the face. Okay. And like, remember, decades later, this is the one who literally kills his own wife and kids. So it's just such a weird cyclical, like,
I would love to know the why behind, like, which we'll never get that answer, but like, was it because you witnessed this that changed you, and it always was like now an option for you because you saw that it was an option for somebody else, or is this something chemically where both of you had this within
like
you?
A genetic lack of empathy or psychopathy, or like did the event like traumatize you to the point that it was in your subconscious? Is it something you've thought about? Like, it's just a million questions.
I mean, like, was it normalized because of what happened? Or it's
Ugh.
I don't know.
I mean, it's like obviously traumatizing, especially like running into the guy in the hallway and then he picks you up and puts you in. I mean, anyway.
But to also not speak to your father for years because of this tells me that you knew it was wrong. So is this just a stroke of coincidence that, like, what are the odds 2 generations
He's
would do
like,
this? That feels
2 buddies,
crazy to
like
me.
2 buddies sitting next to each other, totally innocent. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So Bob's attorney argued that being an adulterer did not make him a murderer. Sure, that's true. They tried to say that this Tremonti guy like did this all on his own for drug money. Loretta, actually, this is pretty sad too. She testified for the defense and wept on stage and said her own husband would never do this. Even if he was having an affair, he would never try to hurt her. it's like pretty obvious he did this, but she had known him since she was
Denial.
14, and like she just was like, there's no way. Like, how do you even
I would
blame
be
her
in
for that?
denial too.
Exactly. Um, she really just couldn't wrap her head around it. In 1981, the jury convicted Robert of attempted homicide, conspiracy, and solicitation to commit murder. Um, at the sentencing, Bob embraced Loretta, and she shouted at the jury that they would have to sleep with this for the rest of their lives. But fortunately, within, I don't know, maybe months, a year, they were divorced. She divorced him, and she did have to raise the children alone, while struggling with like just the physical, the trauma, emotional, psychological, and now she is a single mom of these two kids, who are also traumatized, right? Like this is just all, it's heavy
Bad.
stuff. So Bob was released on parole in the early 1990s. The family really didn't have much contact with him at that point. After that point, and now we fast forward to 2020. Okay, so like 30-ish years later, the child who witnessed this violence at only 4 years old, Tony, grew up to be the man who now murdered his own wife and children 40 years later in Celebration, Florida. So Tony writes this letter to his dad. It's 27 pages. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I kind of want to. Maybe I'll do that on like just like a bonus
Like a weird
boco.
yappy hour. It's like
Yeah, right. Just like a sad
horrible story time.
reading. Yeah, it's story time. Almost to commiserate, basically, was this letter to about being wrongly accused. Like, isn't it rough to be in this position? His dad, by the
Ugh.
way, was like, "You're giving me bad press." It's like,
Oh, right. You did say that last time.
yeah, he was like, "You're
Yuck.
giving me a bad look," and it's like, if
You're
you're
making me look bad. Yeah.
if your dad who tried to murder your mom says you're giving him bad press, like it's just got to be bad.
Hello.
It's got to be bad. So Tony implored Bob to trust his account of what really happened, and he even asked his father to keep the contents of the letter private, between him and his wife only. Although part of me wonders if I mean, he's not an idiot. He knows that mail is monitored in and out. So part of me is like, I think he was trying again to lay groundwork, like by
Sure. I think
writing
so
in the
too.
letter all about how great he is and what he does for his family, blah, blah, blah. So I don't think it was necessarily naivete. I think he did this on purpose. It ended up biting him in the ass, thank God, because the letter's insane, but I don't think he knew that. So the narrative Tony crafted in the letter was basically an expanded version, of his initial kind of plot twist, where he says Megan did it all. Placed all the blame on Megan. He actually wrote, by the way, ironically, in a 27-page letter, he finally got to the murders of his family, and he wrote, "Long story short," which I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That's how you introduce. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Long story short, hello? You've
A
just
lot
spent
of
like
buildup.
pages talking about how hard you worked on your home renovation projects. And now you're like, anyway, long story short, don't do that. Don't do that. Long
So
story
embarrassing.
short, Tony wrote, she gave them the Benadryl Tylenol PM pie, separated them, woke up at 11:30 p.m., stabbed, and then suffocated each one. He claimed he wasn't even home when it happened, that Megan had asked him to go get Zoe's Mickey Mouse necklace from their nearby condo, and he was so tired that because he had been a really good dad that day, and he wrote,
Oh,
right,
I'm
it's a really
sorry.
exhausting job.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That one day he did something right.
He played basketball with the kids, even though he didn't really want to. But he just loved them
He's
so much.
honestly, he's so brave. He's so
He's
brave.
so brave to be admitting all of this. So he goes on and on about like how exhausted he was from being a really good dad, and husband. And so he says he goes to get this necklace for his daughter that his wife said Zoe wanted. But he was so tired from all the things he did with the kids that day that he fell asleep in his van outside the condo, looked for the necklace, didn't find it. Also, side note, he told Chrissy this story and she went to the condo and it was exactly in the spot where he said, "Oh, I looked in the jewelry box in Zoe's room. It wasn't there." And then Chrissy showed up and opened the jewelry box and was like, "It's literally right here." So like you either didn't look, you're making it up. Like he's not even making up a good story. But anyway, that's kind of besides the point. But so he says he goes to get this necklace. He falls asleep in the car because he's so tired from being such a good dad. Then he never finds the necklace. He wakes up and realizes he missed his and his wife's 4 a.m. physical therapy appointment because he's been
Oh.
trying to help her heal from all her ailments. And
And he
he
had a bad day yesterday. He had to like spend time with his kids for 5 minutes.
and that was so hard.
It was
Um,
really hard.
and so now he has a 4 a.m. physical therapy. And then he even turns this on his wife because he literally said, "I knew I was going to get a scolding from my wife about this." And it's like, fuck you. Like, fuck
Truly.
you. There's no 4 a.m. physical. Shut up.
Shut up.
So he
Shut
goes,
the fuck
shut
up.
the fuck up. So he goes, I'm going back to my house. I know I'm going to get a scolding worse than usual for falling asleep on her and like not going to her physical therapy, whatever. He rushes back, allegedly, and finds an eerily quiet home with all of his 3 children dead inside. And his wife, of course, looking like a total lunatic, saying like, hi, honey, I killed the children. I mean,
Hmm.
it's like, just like, really? Okay. You're like, no.
Guess how much I believe? A hot 0%.
Hot zero, hot zero. Quote, I entered the house to find the melted dessert and remnants on plates on the table. By the way, he's a terrible writer. And like the prepositions alone, it's like on, it's terrible writing.
Do you think it's, I mean, I would just argue just because he's a stupid person, but do you think he was nervous and like it just became a rambling because he was trying to like fill in all the blanks?
No, I think he just like thinks very highly of himself and he writes in this sort of flowery way, where you're like,
Sure.
who are you trying to impress, you fucking
The
loser?
fucking queen? Yeah.
Right, like shut up. And he's like, the creator. Oh God, what is her name? I need to look up her name so I give her credit. But she was basically saying like nobody, like he's basically doing this to. He says this phrase all the time that's like, as I am a dedicated father, comma, or like as I like you can just tell he has these stupid like writing tendencies that he's trying to sound like a genius, I guess. Mentioning he's a doctor, mentioning like all these things about himself to his own dad to try and get approval, I guess, from his murderous father.
Great.
I gotta scroll through all these Angelina Ballerina clips to find the video.
I'm so sorry. I thought you fucking said Angela Anaconda from fucking Nickelodeon.
Oh, I don't even know who that is.
Oh, it's an old Nickelodeon show, but I was like, why are you watching Angela Anaconda?
I might be now, honestly.
Angela Ballerina?
It's like
Angelina Ballerina.
one season of a show that Leona discovered from like 2005 with like terrible animation. It's like that early, like creepy stop motion.
That's Angela Anaconda. That's exactly
no. Oh. It's same
maybe,
vibe. Maybe
they're the same. They're the same. You show Leona you show her that one. She might have a nightmare.
Most likely, I'm gonna have a nightmare.
You remember like all the weird shows like on Kablam?
Yeah, although
it was one of those
shows. Kind of like a fever dream a little bit.
Sorry, I didn't. I was like, I've never heard that name in years.
No, and you didn't hear it today either.
Okay, I heard it in my head.
Okay, Stephanie Harlow. Sorry, so that very well known YouTuber, but she did a 3-part, and she's like my kind of gal. She goes into newspapers.com and like pulls the like articles and is like, I found what he was eating. Like
love.
She's the one who's like giving me the inspiration for all these little tidbits. But so the writing is just fucking annoying, is what I'll say. Okay, here is what it says. I entered the house to find the melted dessert and remnants on plates on the table. It was some sort of... Oh, I remember this chick!
Told you. I'm sorry. I know we're in the middle of a dark thing. I just sent Christine a picture of Angela Anaconda, so I wouldn't forget later. But
it really unlocked... I'm so sorry. It just unlocked something. She like has a freckly face. I remember her.
She's literally black and white, but the rest of her is not.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, weird. Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
So, on plates, on the table, graham cracker crust. Here we go. Oh, it was some sort of fruit pudding pie and a graham cracker crust. It looked pretty good, as all of my wife's desserts were, but smelled horrible. Turns out, it was a Benadryl pudding pie.
Okay.
Megan, he claimed, calmly confessed to him that she had released the children's souls. According to the letter, Tony was so overcome, he ran to the bathroom and vomited. Megan then, in Tony's telling, proceeded to kill herself in front of him. He said she stabbed herself in the abdomen and drank a bottle of Benadryl as he watched, horrified, then asked him to suffocate her.
Oh, shut up.
And then it gets so much worse. When he couldn't or wouldn't suffocate her, he claims she told him, I finally found something you suck at.
Wow. Bitches, right?
Those nagging wives.
How did he find a way to turn his murder into him being a victim? That's incredible.
It's incredible.
Or his murdering somebody as him the victim.
It's like remarkable that he thinks this is going to work.
And then I killed her, and then she was still criticizing me. Or then I tried to kill her, and I still wasn't even good enough.
Her last words. Yeah, it's It goes on.
What did he think? Did he think someone was going to go, man, that's tough. I can't believe
Poor
she would say
guy.
that to you.
100%. 100%. He wanted his dad to be like, "Oh, I know how that feels," you know?
I wonder if he's just taking lines right out of his dad's playbook.
Could
Like,
very well be. Could very well be. The letter goes on to describe how Tony, left alone with the bodies of his family, arranged the scene. He admitted that he wanted the children to be comfortable in the afterlife, and so he laid them all side by side in blankets, covered them, and put rosary beads in their hands. He wrote it like as if this was like a very compassionate thing. I think this is somebody who doesn't really understand
you're
what
totally right.
compassion is. So he's like trying to paint this weird like ritual picture to
It
impress people.
I have a belief that narcissists think compassion is people sympathizing for them. Like they think compassion is people having compassion for them, not external compassion. And it
Now
feels like
that's interesting.
he feels like he's it feels like he's writing it in a way where he hopes people will have compassion for him, but he would
Yeah,
define it as he's being compassionate to another person.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it totally fits because it must be hard to be this guy. His whole family's dead. Isn't that horrible?
Yeah, he'd be like, "What? I'm doing the right things, and you should feel bad for me." And it's like, no, that's not how that works.
I fixed the deck by myself a few months ago. What the fuck? Like he says shit like that. He's like, I did most of the work myself, and it was really heavy. And it's like,
It's just
okay.
it's wild to hear him out loud saying things that he thinks are the like at the end what he's hoping for is people will pat him on the back. It's
I
like,
think
well,
yes, he wants to look like the victim.
gross.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been a victim in so many other ways that didn't involve killing somebody, and then people would have like tolerated you, you know? Like,
Exactly. And it's like you already said you did this. It's not like everybody's like, oh, we think he did. He literally said, oh yeah, I killed them all. Okay. So now he's saying, no, I didn't kill any of them. I just showed up and they were dead, and then I put them in a lovely position on the floor to make them comfortable. Okay. He added, if I was there that night, this never would have happened. Hence the self-blame and self-condemnation. He says things like hence, it's annoying. Hence the self-blame and self-condemnation. But because I was being so selfish, I have lost everything near and dear to me. And when I leave here in a couple months, yeah, fat chance. When I leave here in a couple months, I will be leaving homeless and without clothes.
okay,
This
I'm fine
is
with
like
that.
a man whose 3 children were just murdered in cold blood, allegedly by his wife. Like,
It feels like people we know in our lives that are narcissists.
where
It
it's
feels
like, you are missing the plot point. Like, you're in a totally different book. Yeah.
it's crazy the tunnel vision of trying to desperately make it about him. But like, how do you miss the
It's
much
tunnel
bigger
vision.
plot point here?
Because you're not even, like, able to pull out enough to go, that doesn't look very good. Even if,
It's like, yeah,
he's losing it. So he's just like, wah, so sad. Because I was so selfish falling asleep in the car before my wife's 4 a.m. physical therapy because I was such a good dad the day before. That's why
yeah,
all this
because
happened.
oh my god,
It's like pathetic. Above all else, Tony proclaimed to his father, I am not 100, not 1,000. I am 10,000% innocent.
I'm sorry if you're okay.
It's, yeah.
Okay, sure.
It's deeply, immediately I'm like, oh, so you did it.
Yeah, right. It's no better than saying you're 100% guilt free. It's
Correct.
It's just now we're just getting elaborate for no reason.
Thou doth protest too much, my friend. He says,
Mhm.
I am 10,000% innocent of all these preposterous charges. Whenever someone says preposterous, I'm like, you're bullshitting me. I know you are.
I have never heard anybody actually or like
Preposterous charges against me. It's preposterous.
yeah. If someone said that, I think the conversation would shift quickly into a different one where I'm going, why the fuck are we talking like that?
Why are we doing this? What's going on? I'm reading
Yeah.
between the lines. What's going on? Yeah. He insisted that the only reason he hadn't gone public with the true story is that his high-powered lawyers advised him not to talk. By the way, he had a public defender, which is fine. But don't say your high-powered lawyers, which he said, by the way, were the best in the state. Like, it's giving, like, Donald Trump craziness,
1,000%. It's
Yeah,
like, oh,
he's like, these are the best
we have
in the state.
best. We have the
This
best.
is a
Absolutely
public
the best.
defender that you were assigned. Like, this is not even, like, someone you picked. So he goes,
I will say,
10,000%.
I'm 10,000% not guilty. Is that what it is? Because that sounds
innocent.
It sounds exactly like something someone else would say about some files.
Doesn't it? 10,000%. And that's mathematically accurate.
He should say like 58,000 or however many times
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
mentioned in
yeah.
the files.
48,000 more times than Jesus in the Bible. Okay. So anyway, his high-powered attorney said, "Don't tell the real story." Okay. But he added once he was exonerated very soon, he planned to sue everyone involved. Again, this is
Who else does
striking
that
a
sound
lot of
like?
similarities. um, the letter was all over the place. Of course, he described how much work he'd put in a home renovation project with no thanks for it. Was the vibe. Like, I did so much for this family and this house. And he described his wife as nagging, as burdensome. He didn't say those words, but he basically described that she was like always up his ass, like giving him a
He's
hard time.
he said it pretty well when he was like, she wouldn't. I tried to choke her to death, and she said that wasn't good enough.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, that's like all you need to know. Exactly. Oh, it gets worse actually. So hold on. He he though, of course, described himself as a devoted husband. He did everything. He always obeyed his wife, and that was kind of his whole thing. He said he obeyed her at every turn, despite the fact that her illness had weakened her to the point that she experienced the loss of all female features.
Oh,
Like,
shut the
he
fuck up.
basically was like, she's too skinny for me to even want to fuck. So why would
Ew.
but look at me, I'm still giving her physical therapy appointments. Fuck you.
Also, I love that. I've never seen a picture of this man. I know enough about him to know that however he looks
Oh
is
please,
nothing like
yeah.
how that woman looked. I'll tell
Yeah,
you. I
please
bet
sit the fuck, look in a mirror and sit the fuck
you
down.
never. Oh God.
I'm so glad you said that, because also apparently this is a side note that only Stephanie Harlow talked about, and I was like, holy shit. Apparently his dad is like this total health nut, right? And so when he's writing to his dad and he had gained like a significant amount of weight, Tony had, and was diagnosed with diabetes, he writes in this letter like, I finally have my six-pack back. And it's like, bullshit. Like, he's so transparent. You just want daddy to like feel bad for you, you know? And he's like, I'm eating so much protein and I'm doing pull-ups and I got my six-pack. And it's like, what are you doing? You're eating
All you
peanut
had to say,
M&Ms next to your dead family, you fuck. Like, shut up.
yeah. And also, all I had to hear was my dad was a health nut, and I'm immediately analyzing, like, oh, so you're, first of all, didn't have to tell me dad was a little controlling when he has already
Mm,
murdered mom, you know?
yeah, oops,
But
yeah, yeah.
whoopsies.
But I guess that's
Fascinating.
also another hard part of your life, yeah. So yeah, he goes, "Oh no, she lost all her female features." Okay. Um, he also claimed he was starting a nonprofit in honor of his family. Okay. He
Okay.
said he was working on a book. Okay. This is like when he's first in prison. This is like years ago. Like, this is not
Hmm.
like recent. He's already writing a book, like fucking however many years ago. He has a list of lawsuits for when he gets out of here. Uh-huh. So Bob received this letter and apparently immediately gave it to his attorney and was like, "What the fuck? Like, this is my son's letter." Um, at one point, his dad, like I said, even said that his son's story was giving him bad press, and then I just wrote "LOL" in big letters. Um, by July 2020, within weeks, the Orlando Sentinel had obtained a copy of the entire letter and published a damning article revealing its contents. Became front page news in the true crime world. Headlines blared things like "Celebration Dad blames slain wife for family's murders in jailhouse letter." Just like very sensational. People Magazine, NBC News, they're all picking up on it. Everyone is like, "This is insane. Like, does he expect us to believe this? Like,
I wonder
what
what he
is
was
going
telling
on?"
like his close personal friends that I'm sure he had. Like, what is he? Is he like, wow, look at me go?
The only person I think he really spoke candidly with was his sister on the phone, and then his dad in this letter. And on the phone, he definitely painted it as like, "Man, I just don't know. I don't remember anything from the month of December. But Megan, she's just so unwell. I just don't even know what's going on. And like,
I don't
I'm just
remember
so
anything
devoted.
except how horrible my wife was.
And how bad that Benadryl pie smelled. Like, fuck you."
Yeah, that's a great point.
See, you remember that pretty darn well, and how much basketball you played with your son. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
okay.
you remember all 5 minutes of that.
Of how good of a dad you were, yeah. Due to the pandemic, other delays, it was not until more than 2 years later, in April 2022, that Anthony's trial took place. In the interim, Florida prosecutors decided not to seek the death penalty because it simplified the trial, and if convicted, Tony would receive life in prison automatically. Opening statements began April 11th, 2022, in a Kissimmee courtroom. The prosecution presented their theory that Tony Tote killed his family to maintain control as his own life spiraled out of control. Assistant State Attorney Danielle Pinnell painted a picture of a man overwhelmed by debt and disgrace who decided to commit an extended suicide, taking his loved ones with him. The prosecution leaned into Tony's own words from his confession, which was taped, and he'd had his rights read to him. It's not like he knew what was happening. Whatever. Okay. In his confession, they quoted a line that he'd said to detectives that night, that parents, quote, bring their children into this world and they get to decide when they leave. He said that.
Say it again slowly.
Parents bring their children into this world and they get to decide when they leave.
Okay.
Mhm. They argued that Tony's motive boiled down to control and possibly warped love. Like maybe he was like, I don't want to punish them, but I think it's more just like a shame spiral and, all sorts of other things. They did acknowledge that his motive wasn't crystal clear, but they said, we don't really actually need to prove the motive. We just need to prove that he fucking did this. And he did. We have a confession. We have physical forensics. We have a letter blaming Megan, which is clearly a Hail Mary 180 situation. The defense, meanwhile, was very obvious in their cross-examinations, basically saying, there's doubt. There's a little doubt. We don't know who made a Benadryl pie. Could have been Megan. Just a lot of trying to poke holes. Because what else are they going to do?
I guess if their argument is we're just trying to prove that you could be innocent.
Right.
Not that you're not guilty, or not that you're not guilty or guilty, just that you could be innocent.
And he's like, but 10,000%, right? 10,000%, not any less than that.
Right.
Yeah, they told the jury there were no eyewitnesses, so there's no way to know who really committed the murders.
Of course.
Yeah, of course. And so they also said this confession was sort of coerced because he fell down the stairs and was on Benadryl, and he doesn't even remember it. But they were not really allowed to argue that. They were like, you can't argue that he had mental health stuff. We've already kind of, that's
Sure.
just not, it's not allowed in this trial. So instead they doubled down on the storyline that Megan did all of it alone as the evil villain.
Love that they had options.
I know. I love that for them.
That's totally what an innocent person does.
Choose your own adventure. Several things were not allowed to be addressed during the trial. The prosecution was not allowed to bring up Tony's insurance fraud case, which is fair because it's probably a separate case happening with the FBI. The prosecution was not allowed to bring up Tony's insurance fraud case, his past mental health issues, or the fun fact, that in German, the word Todt means dead.
Well, you know what?
Fun fact for you.
I love that even if we couldn't talk about it then, we talked about it now.
Precisely. And I want to add, I saw the name Todt Family Murders and I went, the Dead Family Murders? What kind of fucking wild And then I found out that his dad, also named Todt, tried to kill his wife. I'm like, what is going on with this fucking family? Todt, it means dead. It's like
what are
death.
The odds?
It's creepy. So anyway, the prosecution rested its case in 3 days. They presented crime scene photos, autopsy reports, testimony from a dozen witnesses, including the folks who picked him up at the house to begin with. Then the defense began their side. They called one witness, Tony himself. High risk move, but also he insisted, of course he did, on telling his story on the stand. So they put him on the stand. He wore a suit and glasses. He had lost a lot of weight. He was 46 years old now. He had a six-pack. Just kidding. I don't know that, but I'm sure he'd tell you he did. He spoke directly to the jurors, often through tears, in what appeared to be an emotional plea. He basically rehashed his 27-page letter with more context, more detail.
Okay.
Lord help us all.
27 wasn't enough.
No. Megan was the true villain, of course. She was also sick and delusional. He described how her lifelong health issues had plunged her into despair and radical beliefs. He testified that she had become engrossed in a Hinduism-based belief system with a focus on... I know, yuck! With a focus on reincarnation and shedding bad karma. How ironic. Okay, you couldn't have picked something other than Buddhism, the most peaceful fucking religion in the world. Okay.
It's God, she just believed in being radically kind.
And karma. Yeah, exactly. You're fucked in that case. She started watching doomsday. This is all according to him. Started watching doomsday videos that there was this imminent apocalypse. And people are like, oh my God, COVID was coming up. But it's yeah, but he's halfway through He's in 2022. He can make this up and say she knew about an impending.
Right.
Nobody's saying that except him. So I don't find that to be like very
Certainly
impressive.
not his best lie that I've heard so far.
No. So this is what he says happened. Between December 14th and 18th, he does not know the exact date, allegedly. He returned home from one evening from looking for Zoe's favorite necklace to find Megan eerily calm. She told them she had killed their children. He said he threw up. He ran to find his kids. He said, it's the most horrible day of my life. And then he said he returned to the primary bedroom, saw Megan standing by the bed with a knife, and out of a horror movie, she stabbed herself in the stomach. And said she wanted to join the kids in death. Okay.
Okay.
He said he yelled for help out a window, but did not leave the house.
But he did go to Dick's.
Yeah, when they were all dead, he went to Starbucks too. This fuckhead.
Right. Couldn't ask for help then. Couldn't pick up a fucking phone. Couldn't.
No.
Okay.
Well, so here's the thing. She had hidden their cell phones, is the story.
Oh.
And he's like, I couldn't call anyone because she hid my cell phone. And he said his best chance was to get her to tell him where the phones were rather than leaving her alone. He said, if I left her, I thought she was going to die. I thought the best chance was for her to tell me where the phones were. He said during the last moments of her life, she gave him a dramatic final speech, because of course she did.
Oh, because she has the ability to speak currently.
Stabbing herself in the stomach and drinking a bottle of Benadryl. Okay, so she told him she wanted to die to be with the kids and then expired right in front of him. Okay, and he then tried to explain away the next part, which was living with the bodies for weeks. He said after Megan died, he was essentially paralyzed by grief and trauma. He moved the children's bodies to clean them up. He admitted he tried to kill himself. And here he went into a list of all his failed suicide attempts. He said instead of trying to die out of guilt, he actually was trying to die out of duty to join his family. Okay.
Oh, his duty. Oh, I remember when he was a good dad, his duty to be a dad for 5 seconds because they played basketball.
Right.
But he can be a good man and end it
they
all.
love to be martyrs, these guys. They love to be martyrs. It's
Nothing
like
he loves more.
Fucking annoying. And he said he deserved to die for not stopping Megan from her atrocious acts. Okay. Tony said he tried to buy a gun, but was told there's a 3-day waiting period. But I'm like, you had 2 weeks, but whatever. Okay. So he said there's a waiting period. So instead, he tried to overdose on Benadryl a few times. He put zip ties around his neck, allegedly to hang himself from a doorknob. That didn't work. He even recounted buying a pellet gun, which is where I mentioned the receipt with the peanut M&Ms. He, of course, that didn't work because it isn't necessarily lethal.
So he bought the pellet gun to harm himself, but also made sure to get a snack before he ever.
That's exactly it. And then ate exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
And a fucking caramel macchiato.
God, yeah. He's like, but I'll get to the pellet gun eventually.
Yeah.
I feel I need to emotionally eat first because
I'm hungry.
My duty. I feel so bad. I feel that my duty.
Jesus. Finally, he slashed at himself with a knife, he says, but in his words, he chickened out and didn't pierce deeply enough.
Well, where's the cut? I want to see a cut line.
Okay. No clue. He's clearly trying to garner sympathy, as we've sensed. He had 2 weeks alone, and he is allegedly saying that they're trying to pin him for something he would never do. He's just a dutiful husband, and that's his only sin. Okay, blah, blah, blah. So crucially also he addressed the elephant in the room, which was his confession. And he said, oh, I don't remember that at all because I had taken Benadryl. I was traumatized and I fell down the stairs. And I was actually, what I was doing is I was covering for my wife because I wanted to take responsibility.
Okay.
She did this horrible thing. And I,
of course,
as the patriarch of the family, I wanted to defend her, to protect her. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I would love if anyone knows a judge, can you tell them to write into the comments? Because I'm so curious how they have to take a class in law school how to keep a straight face. Like,
good point.
Because if I were this judge, I would be Judge Judy all over this. I'd be like, girl, like you cannot fucking think I believe you.
I'd be like, pa, like every 5 seconds.
Yes, I'd be goose honking. I'd be like, you are so stupid. Like, I don't know how you stay.
How stupid do you think I am?
Or impartial?
So the cross-examination was very intense. Danielle Pennell, she played segments of Tony's confession tape and said, is this your voice? And he was like, yes. And it said, I suffocated my 4-year-old daughter. I mean, it's like, how are you going to...
Hello?
He plainly describes murdering his kids. Pretty chill. Pennell asked him to explain how he could recall, like, all the details of what happened, but not his confession. And he basically said, I was just trying to protect my wife's honor, probably, but I don't
Oh.
remember. Um, Unfortunately, there was evidence at the scene that there was a struggle between Tony and Alec, which is really sad because they think
Hmm.
he woke up and fought back. There were bruises
Oh.
and scratch marks on him. And he was the oldest and he was like the shy one. It just made me
Oh my
really sad.
God.
It made me really sad. Um, so, April 14th, 2022, both sides delivered closing arguments. The jury deliberated several hours, and despite some disagreement, they reached a unanimous decision. Uh, when they announced it, Tony basically just shook his head and said no every time. Guilty of first degree murder in the death of Megan, Alec, Tyler, Zoe, and Breezy, the family dog.
Hmm.
Tony was just like, oh, no, I didn't do this. Meanwhile, Megan's family wept and hugged each other out of relief and sorrow. When given a chance to speak, Tony said, no thanks, just kidding. He said, absolutely. And he got up there to talk, and his lawyer had to try and get him to sit down 2 times because he talked for so long about just
I
like
bet.
how he didn't do this.
I mean, he wrote a 27-page letter. I can't imagine speaking goes any shorter.
A podium, give that man a podium, yeah.
Please. They were like, they had to probably hold him down under
We've
duress and
made
be
a
like,
huge
stop
mistake.
talking.
Yeah, this is enough. His lawyer really had to like pull him down. The judge, actually, now that you mention it, told Tony, you are a destroyer of worlds.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not fucking happy with them. He said you've destroyed not just one world, but 4, those of his wife and 3 kids, and in the process devastated every relative and friend who loved them. He then sentenced him to the 4 murder counts, life in prison without the possibility of parole, plus an additional 365 days in county jail for animal cruelty.
Okay.
In the aftermath, he was sent to Florida Department of Corrections. As of mid-2022, he's incarcerated at the Santa Rosa Correctional Institution of Milton, Florida. They appealed, which is pretty standard in a murder conviction. And yeah, he sued in 2024. He sued the sheriff's office for releasing his letter, his 27-page letter. But they were like, "Well, it's jail mail. Like it's monitored. Like you can't do that." Okay, they dismissed it.
Okay.
In the end, it's just a horrible, horrible story. Megan, 42, loving mother, friend, sister. Alexander, Tote, 13, shy, honor roll student, budding musician who loved history and soccer. Tyler, 11, a family comedian who played folk guitar and was kind to all his neighbors. Zoe, 4 years old, who liked to play princess and dance and had her brothers wrapped around her finger. And of course, Breezy, the little white dog. It's just the whole family just like extinguished in one night. I mean, it's just unreal. Yeah. It's unreal. So that's the story of the Todt family murders. And I got goosebumps.
I do appreciate when you do the stories where it's just like so beyond an absolute narcissist.
Yeah. There's
I
like
don't know why.
no question.
No question. And not that like this is at all like a laughable topic, but it brings some sort of levity to it because it's just like this is so ridiculous. Like
It's absurd. It's like you've done something so horrible you can't pretend like we're not stupid. Like people are not that stupid. Like you're a monster.
Yeah.
Can't talk your way out of this one.
I like the 2-parters, Christine. You should keep that going.
Yeah, that one really kicked my ass. That first day when I was like, I can't do this, Em. I can't. I can't.
Maybe you shouldn't have them. Never mind.
No. It was good. It was like really fascinating, and I feel like some of these cases just like you could go down 800,000 rabbit holes and just like never come up for air. So, yeah, that was a doozy. But thank you for listening, everyone. It's been a long episode. I apologize. I was doing my interrupt. You know, the ghost even told me to stop interrupting.
No, I really feel like I made this episode about me a few times. I feel like the beginning I talked quite a lot,
well,
so.
God forbid we make our episodes about us.
Well, thank you, everybody. We will see you. Bye.
Sorry, that was an accident. I don't know what I did. I was trying to minimize the full screen, and I think I minimized myself.
Christine is out of here,
Bye.
so we'll see you next week. And
that's
why
we
drink.